Get ready to start jumping up and down like idiots.
Greetings, brohams! What the dealio?
It's Madamus of the Back Library, streaming throughout every week, now with brand new time slots. Special enhanced time. Sparkle. Retro and modern game stream. Watch him fail. Yapping stream. He'll call you pretty. Cozy reading stream. Because he loves you. Bonus afternoon delight streams.
Gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight.
New schedule posted weekly on X and YouTube. Go read it. All streams are scheduled in Eastern Time. God's favorite time zone. Always streaming horizontal, never vertical. Just the way you like it. Follow, subscribe, like, watch, do the thing, have the fun.
You don't think anyone will misinterpret this ad, do you?
Madamus of the Back Library.
Greetings, brohams! What the dealio? Welcome to the Back Library. I am Madamus, former Cosmic Defender turned archive curator. Welcome in, Judd. Welcome in, Omegs. Anyone else who's currently watching, welcome in. If you're lurking, welcome in. If you're VOD watching, thank you for VOD watching. Like, subscribe, notification bell, follow on X, do all the things. Poll at the top. We do have a poll for Daylin. Welcome in, welcome in. About the poll, Matt, are you asking me to pick which of my descendants is my favorite? I not sure. I love all of them. I mean, well, actually, there's one on that list I have not played. I know what it is, but I've never played it. So I'm not going to say which one that is, because I don't want it to influence the poll. The poll is also, a version of it is posted on the YouTube community page, and there is a version of it on Twitter, X, but I accidentally set the Twitter poll for only 24 hours, so it's only got like 10 hours left because I might be stupid. What can you do? But just for anyone who is looking at that poll, the games to choose from are King's Quest V, the CD-ROM version, so it will have all the voice acting. All of these have full voice acting. The Dig, The Curse of Monkey Island, and Toonstruck. And Toonstruck, by the way, stars actor Christopher Lloyd. It is, it's not full motion video. Let me try. Now, Brown Cow. The arsonist had oddly shaped feet. It's not full motion video. It's got some FMV segments, but it's digitized human characters interacting with cartoon characters. It looks like it's kind of a Roger Rabbit-y sort of thing. Yeah, Roger Rabbit-y. We'll go with that. Also, before we talk about tonight's stream, let's talk about tomorrow. Even though my voice is still wrecked, I don't know. You know, I need to start doing karaoke streams earlier in the week, but I always feel, never heard of The Dig? The Dig is a sci-fi thing. In fact, it's kind of like Star Trek Judgment Rites that we're playing in terms of the theme overall, but it's a sci-fi thing without giving too much away, about a group of astronauts for all intents and purposes, sort of on a space archaeological dig. Well, hence the name The Dig. So there you go. It's a good game. I can't remember the name of the actor who's in it. The actor who played the T-1000 in Terminator 2 voices the main protagonist. And it was written, apparently it was originally developed by Steven Spielberg. I don't know if it was supposed to be a movie or a TV series or what, but it wound up being made by LucasArts into a game. So, LucasArts, Spielberg, before everything got wonky and weird, everything's cool. Do you remember how Christopher Lloyd was the antagonist in Who Framed Roger Rabbit? So that last one is in character form. Kind of, sort of, except in this case, he is not the antagonist. You are playing in the game as Christopher Lloyd. So Christopher Lloyd is and I want to say he's an animator who I'm not entirely familiar with, I don't know all the plot like the back of my hand, but I want to say he's like an animator who gets sucked into animation world. So sort of almost on the lines of there was a movie called Cool World, which Ralph Bakshi did. It was his last movie, which had to do with an animator or something, or comic book artist getting drawn into the world of his creations. So definitely, I mean, it'd be second nature for Christopher Lloyd since he'd already done it, as you say, Daylin, but probably different on the character too. But yeah, so yes and no. There. I don't know. I can't think. I'm so tired. It's been a long day. I've gotten a few things accomplished. I have a new loading video. I need to render it out. Admittedly, it is less, I mean the tune aspect. Yes, I figure as much after I thought about it through. I remember Cool World. Yeah, I always wanted to like Cool World more than I did. What can you do? What else? Oh, I designed a new loading animation, which I will probably have in place for Sunday. It's admittedly not as, I think it fits more, but it's not as complex as the one I've got now. The one I currently have, for someone who is low skilled like I am and who is using really old software like I do, the current loading screen took a lot of work. The one I've got now, which I'm going to be rendering out, did not take as much work, but I just think it works better. We'll see. I'll let chat decide. We'll run it on Sunday and throughout the week, and if the overall reaction is, I like the old one better, then we'll probably switch it back. What else? Oh, yeah, I posted on Twitter a computer case I'm thinking about buying. So last night I mentioned that computer case I got from Newegg is a piece of junk. And I mean, they didn't build it themselves, but it's just too cheaply made. And it wasn't super cheap. It was like a $60 case. It was more of a gaming case, so tempered glass front and side, sort of like my current gaming PC case. But I was going to use it for my streaming PC. I'm looking at a case instead since I'm having to send it back, even though it's expensive. I've got a case I'm looking at by Silverstone, and it is a horizontal case. It's designed for a larger home theater PC, but it is ATX motherboard sized. Even though it's a bit pricey, I'm thinking about picking that thing up. I think we all know the advertisement is the real loading screen. Yeah, and the truth is I need to do another advertisement because I've got the other two that I've done, but they don't really fit because I've since changed my normal streaming days and hours and everything else, part of which I am blaming on Grok. I took Grok's advice, and the only piece of advice really that Grok gave that was beneficial was the piece I already knew, and that was stop streaming 7 days a week. You're not helping. So, but everything else Grok has suggested, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's me. Maybe I just wasn't following it through. Even if I wasn't following it through all the way like I should have been, I'm not going to be following it through anymore. So, whatever. What else? Tonight, we are... before I go any further, just a reminder, tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we will be doing the karaoke, even though my throat is wrecked. For life, for love, and for the ladies. I don't know. I don't know. I still don't know why I did that cursed artwork. I don't know why I did it. Oh, and also apologies if this stream has a lag and a delay. I don't know if it's my internet service or YouTube, but I seem like I'm getting nerfed tonight. It seems like like there's almost a good 10 seconds of lag that's baked in, maybe 20. And there just doesn't seem to be anything I can do. I've restarted stream and it didn't help. So tonight, as I keep going from tangent to tangent, we're going to be finishing Star Trek Judgment Rites, the Macintosh CD-ROM version, the version that is arguably the best version of Star Trek Judgment Rites. We are about a quarter of the way into the second to last episode. I don't remember what number it is, which is Though This Be Madness, and then we will be doing Yet There's Method in It. Poor Moo got banished for Eldritch Cat Waifu. I really enjoyed that game last night, Daylin. I'm looking forward to playing the next one, even though it's not supposed to be as good. How many Star Trek games do I have in total? Just curious. Let me think. Okay, console-wise. Not counting Game Gear. I don't count Sega Game Gear because I've had it up for sale because it died, and I'd just rather be rid of the Sega Game Gear. So handheld wise, I've got the 3 that were made on the black and white Game Boy, which are its version of Star Trek 25th Anniversary, Star Trek The Next Generation, and Star Trek Generations. On the original NES, I've got both the ones for that, which are its version of Star Trek 25th Anniversary and its version of The Next Generation. Sega Genesis, I've got the 2 that were on it, which are... I don't know the exact number to tell you, unfortunately. The 2 that were on it, Echoes of the Past and Deep Space Nine. Super Nintendo, the 3 on that, Starfleet Academy, Next Generation, Futures Past, and Deep Space Nine. And on PC, I'm going to have to take a look real quick, based on the ones that are installed on PC. Well, here, we could just switch into the game room and talk about it from there. Let me go ahead and switch us over to the game room chat, if I could find the button. Well, I'm going to go to the wider screen for this, and then I'll switch it. Okay, so the ones I've got installed that I can actively use Judd on PC are the 2 versions of 25th Anniversary, Armada, which we played, Armada 2, a few different versions of Judgment Rites, Star Trek Legacy, which is awful, but I do need to try it again, Deep Space Nine, The Fallen, which is really good, Star Trek Hidden Evil, The Next Generation of Final Unity, which is good, Elite Force. And there's one that's missing on here, which I thought I had installed. I'm going to have to check it. One called Deep Space Nine Harbinger. There are a few others I have on PC, but I cannot get them to run. So there's just no point. Star Trek Borg, Star Trek Klingon, Starship Creator, the Deluxe and Warp 2 versions. And something called Dominion War, which I really wish would run, but it just doesn't. Welcome in, Omegs. Welcome in. PC has so many releases that only naming them could take a year more. Yeah, well, I just mean the main. Yeah, well, I don't have them all on PC, nor will I ever. But as far as Judgment Rites, yeah, I guess there are 4 different ones on it and 2 of 25th. Yeah, yeah. Oh gosh, my audio is doing that again. I know y'all can't hear it, but there is a whine in my audio on the gaming PC, and I don't know what's causing it. And it's something with my analog audio cable. Maybe if I switch to that other case, it'll be better. Let me not picture Elite Force 2. I do not have Elite Force 2. I need to pick it up from Good Old Games sometime. I never had the CD of it. Elite Force, I did have the CD. Same with Armada and Armada 2. So, and still do. Let me switch screens, since we're going to be playing a 4-3 game. And let me open up Judgment Rites, Max CD. We're going to end it. Ah, that was loud. Holy crap. Hydration break. If you got a drink, take a drink while the intro plays, because I'm letting the intro play again because it's awesome. Oh, I need to adjust that. That's part of my problem.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its mission, to explore strange new worlds. To discover new life.
You know, and I saw some nice and loud for a free jump scare. Yeah, no kidding. It worked for me. It was, I thought I was playing Sucker for Love again. I read somewhere that this version of the intro was actually created for Star Trek Secrets of Vulcan Fury, which is the game that never got released. The one that promised to be amazing. In fact, when this game's over, I'm going to pull up a trailer for it. We're gonna look at the trailer just so that everyone can see the game we never got, which breaks my heart. Okay. Yeah, I'll get past that. And, okay, can I load from here? Darn it, it won't let me load. All right. Okay, fine. Whatever. Cadet. Yeah. All right, come on. Can I load from here? Open, thank you. Okay, there we go. Though this be madness. Now, just to catch everyone up, we already defeated the Romulan bird of prey, and then we gave the Romulans our data packet, and they gave us an empty, useless data packet about the whatever the aliens are that are playing this game with us. So I probably won't get all 4 stars. I probably won't get a perfect score for the mission because I was probably supposed to not give them the data packet. What can you do? I'm too nice sometimes, I guess. Hello. Where's the sound? Okay, where the heck did the sound go?
Raising shields.
Oh, okay.
Lowering shields, Cap.
All right. Never mind, the sound is there. All right, let me talk to Spock and see where we need to go.
Adibus is located in the Klingon neutral zone. The Federation won the colonization rights for that planet as per the Organian Peace Treaty. Both Federation and Klingon ships are allowed there.
Okay, so we've got to go to Adibus, and I got to look up Adibus. We'll do Adibus real quick. Let's do the computer. Ah, come on. Why is it doing like that? Adibus.
Adibus, a small colony planet in the Klingon neutral zone near the Klingon border. Both Klingon and Federation ships are allowed in this entry as the Organian Treaty is in effect.
Well, that's exactly what Spock said, so thank you. For music purposes, TNG and DS9 had some of the best. They were good. I gotta admit, I'm still more partial to the music that was for the original series. I mean, excluding the movies. I mean, for me, the original 6 movies, those are the kingmakers. But, yeah, TNG and Deep Space Nine had good music. They had a lot of Dennis McCarthy. I want to say Dennis McCarthy did a lot of their scores. All right, get out of the computer. Let me get my star chart. Whoa, no need to go flying, Enterprise. Let me get my star chart open. Crud, where'd I put it? There it is, passwords. Okay, star chart. Since I do not have my star chart open, and I need to know where Adibus is. Okay, so Adibus is... Number 8. Number 8 is... So we're going all the way up here, chat. Let me close my star chart. Get ready to warp.
Alien ship in sensor range. I detect one Klingon battlecruiser on a parallel course.
Oh dear.
The Klingon commander is hailing us.
Well, good. I was about to hail him.
On screen.
Greetings, Enterprise. Welcome to Adamus. I am Captain Klar.
Thanks, Captain Klar.
What are you doing here? And I am Captain Kirk. Greetings yourself. I take it that this is not your vessel. What are you doing here? And I am Captain Kirk. Greetings yourself.
I appreciate your courtesy, Captain.
Yeah, we gotta be nice.
I wish to inform you that we mean the colonists no harm. You have my word that I intend to take no action against them. As you know, this is neutral space. I have as much right to be here as you. If you do not question this right, I believe that we are capable of...
Just a second, I'll look at chat in just a moment.
...might arise in this delicate situation.
Geez, he is given a full-on monologue.
Diplomatic abilities. I believe we both have more important matters on our minds. Until later, Captain.
All right, way off topic. Just found out about Android Studio. It's a developer tool, and you can use it as an emulator for mobile games. Android Studio. Thank you, Omegs. I'm going to write that down. Oops, I bumped the mic. Let me write that on my boomer pad. Karn, yeah. Android Studio. Android Studio. Thank you very much, Omegs. I will look into that because I might want to, even though I don't usually do mobile games, that could be useful. Since I know that's one of those things the pro streamers do, is the pro streamers play the mobile games. Karn, the original series had the best action music. Yeah, Powerful Orchestra was my personal favorite, hence TNG. Gotcha. Voyager had Robert Picardo, and he can sing several people under the table. Yeah, oh, he's an excellent, yes. It's better to use this than the regular emulator since it comes with 0 ads and no bloatware. Good to know, Omegs. Thank you. Thank you very much. I will look into that. Yeah, I haven't tried any of the Android emulator. Not in years. Not since before I started streaming. I remember trying one, and I know it was the main one at the time, but I can't even remember the name of it. That's how long it's been. But thank you. Good to know.
Well, it never rains, but pours. Mr. Sulu, take us into a parallel course with the alien ship.
Okay.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh, that's loud. And see, a lot of these cutscenes are missing from the CD-ROM version of on DOS. I don't know why. There's just glitches in the disc. It's just buggy. Bloatware, yeah, that's the extra software that public developers will load up their key software with that makes it take up more real estate on your system and sometimes slow things down. So unrelated stuff that they'll load into it. Thank you, Omegs. The reason I'm using it is because I want to test if I can get Irium to work on... You know, that's not a bad idea, Omegs, just because I do have... There's some streamers I'd like to start watching. Some who I frequent their streams, you know, like Shuggy and also one who I've mentioned before, Nami Rana. She's apparently coming back to streaming finally, so that's, yeah. Good to know, Omegs. Yeah, I'll see how much it causes. Now I can see if Irium will cause my PC to cook as much as it causes my tablet to cook.
Sensors appear to be experiencing malfunctions. Fascinating. Some anomalous readings are reoccurring.
Okay.
That would indicate that the ship itself is changing in unexpected ways.
So the ship
I
is
have no
evolving?
explanation for the phenomenon. I have found at least one area that is suitable for transport.
Okay. If I get this to work, I could finally get clips of it. Oh, that'll be good because that's I didn't even think about that, Omegs, that people can't do any clipping really with Irium. Google also has a beta program for running Android apps on Windows 11. I don't have 11, so if you have the need to not run afoul of emulators for monetization purposes, that one is available. Okay, I'll keep that in mind too, Daylin. I don't have Windows 11 at the moment. I refuse to move on from 10. They will pry it from my cold, dead hands the same way they did with XP. All right. Does this have anything about Karn or Klar? K-L-A-R. Nope. All right. What about Uhura? Can she contact him?
No response from the alien ship, sir. Perhaps their communication system is malfunctioning? The Klingons regret that they are too busy to resume communications at this time.
Ah, of course. That's fine. Well, let's go.
We're beaming aboard the alien vessel. Have Dr. McCoy meet us in the transporter room. Spock, come with me. Lieutenant Uhura, if its communication system is malfunctioning, then we'll need you.
Alrighty, so this is the one mission we get to take Uhura with us.
Yes, Captain.
Mr. Scott, you have the con.
Can't wait until I figure out how to use Linux and just say bye to Windows. You know, if it weren't for the gaming stuff I need to run, I'd love to do Linux. I've tried a few times and just can't get it. I just, for gaming purposes, it just doesn't, yeah. Okay, this is something interesting I want to point out about the sound effects. You can hear the sound of air rushing. The some of the levels we heard fire crackling even when the fireplaces weren't animated. I think these sound effects are added for the Macintosh version, because I don't remember them in the DOS CD, unless they were supposed to be there and they were just bugged. 10 is still pretty good and supported, and still supported too. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, Omegs, I figured that out years ago. Gotcha. Yeah, I'd love to figure out how to use Linux for everything I need. All right, let's go ahead and talk to everyone.
I find the situation in this room disturbingly irrational at first impression, Captain. I suggest we endeavor to understand what we see around us in order to make a sensible analysis.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it.
Captain, individuals on this ship appear to be suffering, perhaps from certain mental disorders.
Oh boy.
Try to examine them. I might be able to determine something more.
Yeah, but last time Windows 10 did a force update for me to Windows 10. Oh, you mean to 11? Yeah, it did that to me. I've got it shut off now where it isn't forcing me into Windows 11. Thank God. But it did do it once. I had to undo it. In fact, it did it on both of my PCs, the gaming one and the streaming one. It forced me onto 11. I hated having to undo that. Waste of time. And I was so worried it wasn't going to undo right and everything was going to be screwed up, like right before I was set to stream. All right, Uhura?
Captain, this place gives me the willies. I feel like I'm on a yellow alert without knowing why.
All right, let's, McCoy, start scanning people.
His mental activity is very high, but doesn't seem pathologic, Jim. Respiratory activity indicates a high degree of anxiety by comparison with others of his race. Now, that much stress is unhealthy if this is a chronic state.
Okay. And him?
Slightly undernourished, sluggish pulmonary and circulatory conditioning. Doesn't get nearly enough exercise, I'd say. Brainwave activity uneven. I'd need a battery of tests to be sure.
Wow.
This is a complete new race after all, but he may be suffering from some blood chemistry imbalances. likely to be affecting his mind?
When Steam OS 3 comes out, it'll be easier. Proton and Wine solve a lot of issues on other Linux distros. Gotcha. Is Windows 11 bad? Well, it seems, Judd, every time Microsoft does one of these big updates in Windows, they break a lot of stuff that used to run fine. So Windows 11 isn't inherently bad. It's one of those cases of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because Windows 10 was there a reason to upgrade? It's just them doing an upgrade because it's them upgrading because just for the sake of upgrading, it seems. In some cases, the interface has changed, and so that's a case. If you like the new one, good. If you don't, then yeah, it's not bad, but imagine having all your buttons changed and you can't find anything. Yeah, the interface is different. It's got like a bar at the bottom of the screen, which I'm not a fan of. And plus, it does have issues running backwards compatible. Anytime Windows does an update, backwards compatibility with older programs, things like this become more of an issue. Just like the way Windows 10 can't run a lot of older Windows 7 and Windows XP and Windows 98 especially programs. Okay, so there. All right, let's see, what else can we scan? I want to scan us in case there's something in the air. If I can hit the button. Let's see, anything?
He's under slight stress, but otherwise in good health.
Man, that's right, Microsoft does break things, yeah. Anyone tell me how their Windows backup feature works? It doesn't. Yeah, I've had a lot of problems with Windows backup. I don't even try anymore. I just pray to God my things don't break down. The only thing I back up is my streaming system, OBS, whenever it gets updated.
What do you expect of someone with that green
Okay, fine. Anything with Uhura?
A shining example of perfect health.
Okay, and what about you, McCoy? And then we'll move on from scanning everyone.
That slight headache is really nothing. I just need a little rest when I have time.
Okay, so he's got a headache. Got it. Okay. They sure love to break this. Sometimes their updates ruin a good thing. Yeah, it is dumb. And the main thing that I hate is the forced updates. I hate this whole thing of, we're cutting off all of the security updates for Windows 10 and leaving you vulnerable at such and such a date. I get so annoyed with stuff like that. Because I'm sure.
This plant seems healthy, Jim.
Because I'm sure the security updates for Windows 11 would work fine on Windows 10, and they could just, tool them for the slight difference in codes without taking any extra time or money.
This plant seems healthy, Jim.
Okay, the plants are healthy then. Fine, let's use Spock's tricorder.
A simple construction of various metals and plastics, 1/2 meter wide at the base and seat.
Okay, oh, the chair, okay. Well, what about the table?
The table is a sturdy construct of manufactured organic and inorganic products, 0.7366 meters high.
I know there are open source alternatives, though Acronis True Image was my go-to on Windows. Gotcha.
There's nothing special about it.
That's what you think. And they say I'm the crazy one.
Okay. I'll talk to him in a minute. Let's see what's over here.
Nothing unusual about that.
Okay, I thought... Oh, well there. That's why I meant to scan.
Interesting. The plant does not register in the tricorder's botany file, but it does suggest similarities to Algolian crocus.
Interesting, okay. Oh, welcome in, Kleb. Welcome in. We just started playing Star Trek Judgment Rites for the night.
Algolian crocus. Isn't Algol 3 the system with the semi-intelligent plant life?
Oh boy.
Affirmative, Doctor.
Okay.
There are characteristics of similar developments in this plant, but on a more limited scale.
Okay. What about this plant?
Interesting. The plant does not register in the Tricorders botany file, but it does suggest similarities to a Shasthar tree on the planet Beta 3.
Okay.
It's beautiful, Mr. Spock.
And what about this one?
Interesting. The plant does not register in the Tricorders botany file, but it does suggest similarities to a Nemosinian cactus.
Okay, so they're using DNA from a lot of different things, it seems.
The ones that can shoot thorns at people?
Only 3 varieties of that plant can shoot thorns, Doctor. Nor do I detect that ability from this specimen.
Okay. All right. Let's start talking to people, and then I will start getting some objects.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. What's going on here? Who's in charge?
Nobody's really in charge. Maybe the phase. That's one of the things that makes me so nervous. Nobody's really in charge. I try to take charge of little things like making sure the lights work. I don't like the dark. Are you gonna be in charge now?
Okay.
Maybe you should talk to the phase first.
The phase?
The phase? What's the phase? Why don't you just tell me what's going on here? If you need help, the Federation has many resources.
He doesn't know what that you're talking
Tell
about.
me about this ship. Why are you going to land in a town on Atibus? Why didn't you respond to our hail? The phase? What's the phase?
I'll do that.
We contemplate our phase. Some of our people think they're the ones who keep everything going. Sometimes
What?
they tell us things to do. They remind some people when to eat. Otherwise, they'd forget. I don't forget, but that's because I'm smart. If you want to, you can probably talk to the phase in the oratory.
The phase.
The builders built the oratory. The room there to the south.
Okay.
They built the garden north. If you're hungry or if your head ain't feeling right, there's food and such in the hall. Through there, the west door. The rest hall is through the east door, but you might have to wait for one of the beds. The builders were just so logical. They thought of everything. You can go anywhere.
Huh. Okay, well, he mentioned the head. We know that McCoy has a headache. Huh.
You know, Jim, I don't think there's much more he can tell us. I can take a tricorder reading on him if you think it's appropriate.
Well, we've already done that. Yeah, we already did that. We already did the tricorder reading. I guess I should talk to him first. Oh gosh, come on, there's talk. Okay.
Go away! You're breathing on my table.
Wow,
An ordinary-looking table, utterly free of even a trace of dust on its upper surface.
huh. Alright,
A sturdy, simple chair.
okay, what's this? Is that something?
A comfortable-looking room suited for small...
No? Okay, is there something over there?
A potted plant.
Yeah, but I'm looking at this.
A potted plant.
I wasn't looking at the potted plant. What about this
No
thing?
effect.
Okay, so there's nothing there.
No effect.
Let me see if there's anything to pick up around here.
No effect.
No? Okay. Alright, let's go this way. Well, here, we'll go this way. They mentioned food. Wow. Spock? Matt, I can stand partly, I stand partly corrected. Windows 10 can use Google Play Games Beta. Oh, can it? Okay. Gotcha.
These two individuals may be able to tell us something, Captain.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
Jakesy.
Hey, Jakesy.
What can you tell me about this place, Jakesy? Can I play with the blocks, Jakesy? Can you smile for me, Jakesy? Is there something you want, Jakesy? Can you smile for me, Jakesy? Is there something you want? What can you tell me about this place, Jakesy?
We'll start with that.
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
Okay.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise.
Okay,
What can you
well, we
tell me
know
about
that.
this place, Jakesy? Can I play with the blocks, Jakesy? Can you smile for me, Jakesy?
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
I want to take a look at those blocks because there's something special about those.
Multicolored blocks, suitable for a child to play with.
Are we sure? There might be something else to them.
The blocks are an unusual organic substance high in compounds of phosphorus, nitrogen, ammonia, and calcium. In this form, the chemicals are inert and make a practical non-toxic tool.
But, oh, I guess there's nothing else. Okay.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise.
All right, well, we already know he's Jake
What
C.
can you tell me about this place? Can I play with the blocks, Jacobson?
The sweet-faced adult.
Okay, so he says no again, and he looks like he wants to,
I'm Captain James
he looks
T.
like
Kirk
he
of the
wants a
Starship
hug. Well,
Enterprise. What can you tell me about? Can I play? Can you smile for me, Jake? Is there something you want, Jacobson?
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
what does Uhura think about him?
Captain, the man in that throne-like chair seems to be staring at me. Perhaps I should try to talk to him.
Well, first things first.
Methinks you peasants should know your place and speak only when royalty speaks first to you.
Okay, first things first. Let's scan everything.
I'm just a simple country.
Okay. Okay, that wrong thing. All right, let's scan Jake C.
I believe this person has reached adulthood physically, Jim. But brain activity scans suggest he may have suffered a failure to mature intellectually.
We're on and yeah, we're on. Though This Be Madness is right. The name of the episode.
Remember, this is a new race, Captain. While these people are clearly humanoid, I may not have all the answers.
Okay, but you could just scan him.
This individual is a bit elderly, but not in too bad shape when you take that into account. He seems to be suffering some brain lesions that might be genetically linked. Nerve degeneration in the lower back.
Okay. His sweet, sweet face. Yeah, that's what they keep saying. All right. So he won't talk to, Kirk. Maybe we can use Uhura on him then, like she said.
What a noble-looking woman you. You have my permission to speak.
Atrioli, it says. Okay.
You stand out remarkably, bearing yourself like a queen. Yet these Carls do not treat you as royalty.
Carls?
Surely you have royal blood flowing in your veins?
Bloodlines do not dictate who we listen to. We weigh a person's worth by their actions. My leader here is Captain Kirk, an admirable man. Speak with him.
Okay, what else?
My ancestors ruled in the lands of Kush and Timbuktu. We may speak as peers, you and I.
Okay.
Royalty recognized as royalty, does it not? Look on me and decide for yourself. You will know. Bloodlines do not dictate.
Okay,
we weigh a person. My ancestors ruled in the lands of Kush and Timbuktu.
All right, let me try
We
this.
may speak as peers, you and I.
I'll go with this one.
Oh, I am so glad to find another of
You're not a
royal
Chad, you're a Carl.
So
Yeah.
tired of sitting here all the time, but whenever I leave, thralls and lesser folk plant their fundaments on the great throne, and that's just not acceptable.
Understood.
I know you'll mind the proprieties and not let anyone else sit on the throne. And now, I'll finally be able to go and get some rest.
The throne, okay. Oh, so he takes off and leaves.
You get no response.
Perhaps we should look around more, Captain.
Yeah, let's scan that chair. There's something about that chair. And I know we're going to need those blocks.
A simple construction of various metals and plastics, 1/2 meter wide at the base. Arms have been added post-construction, as has the raised back and the base platform.
Okay.
Even the seat has been widened.
Okay, but... Let's see, what happens when I sit on it?
What an uncomfortable chair. What an uncomfortable chair.
Okay, but what about that thing at the top?
An ordinary chair, originally similar to others in the room, except someone has nailed the legs onto a raised platform, increased the height of the back, widened the seat, and glued on broad and blocky arms. Bright paint in red and purple and gold gives it a garish appearance. You think it's meant to look impressive, but it just looks rather pathetic.
Okay, but what I'm not understanding is, so what was I supposed to do with that guy? Did I screw something up? It's a dental chair, Mr. Spot. Even my idiot self can discern the truth. Yeah, I'm just wondering, did I should have saved. I wonder if I screwed something up with that guy.
A piece of cloth.
All right, well, let's pick up the cloth.
I don't see how these can help us, Captain.
Well, you don't know. It's a point-and-click adventure. All right, well, so I scared him off, unfortunately.
The tricorder informs me that the Klingon boarding crew has just beamed into the adjacent room, Captain.
Oh boy, the Klingons are here.
You are Kirk. I am Kla, captain of the Paul-Ya. This is my aide.
Swell.
These Klingons are so innovative in their introductions.
Shh. I'm Captain James T. Kirk, commanding the USS Enterprise. These are my crew, Science Officer Spock, Lieutenant Uhura, and Dr. McCoy. What can I do for you, Captain Clark?
Ready phasers, I feel like it.
You can avoid interfering with me or my man as we look around the ship, the same as you. And with the same air of mutual goodwill, we will avoid interfering with your activities. Unless we have cause to think your actions in some way threaten us or the Empire we represent.
Huh.
We do not threaten the Klingon Empire, Captain Clark, nor its legitimate representatives.
Then there will be no difficulties
No, there
between
won't.
us, will there? We will leave you to your investigations now and carry on our own. You won't mind if we're in the room, will you?
Of course not.
We'd consider it a mark of our mutual respect, Captain, if you don't get in our way, and we won't get in yours.
Nope. Well, there we go. Let's talk to her.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you? Are you feeling all right, ma'am? Can you tell me what the problem is? You look so sad. Would it help to tell us why you look so down? Hi there, I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. You look so sad. Would it help?
Let's try
Do you
that.
have any children, sir? I do, a son, and I've just not treated him right.
Okay.
Tried to do right, but everything died, and I can't give him what he wants, what I think he needs.
Okay, what does he need?
A mother's job can be difficult. I'm sure you did your best for your son. Would you tell me about him? What is it you can't give him?
Okay, let's see what that.
Did you hurt somebody? Something?
Boy.
A mother's job can be difficult. I'm sure
We'll
you did
do
your
that.
best for your son. Would you tell me about him? What is it you can't give him?
Little Stam Bob. I tried to feed
Stam
him
Bob.
right, give him safe food.
Safe
He really
food.
likes fresh fruit. Now he can't have it anymore, and it's all my fault.
Really? Okay, so something's wrong with the fruit.
Ma'am, hold on to this idea. It may not be your fault at all. We'll try to help. You have my word. Your son still loves you just for trying. Of that I'm certain. He wouldn't want you to be so sad. Ma'am, hold on to this idea. It may not be your fault at all. We'll try to help. You have my word.
Okay.
The woman's eyes brim with tears and she can't continue the conversation.
Okay, but about safe food, that's what I'm not understanding. That's so something's wrong with their
Female,
food.
just moving into middle age. Her overall level of health is fairly good. Vital signs are down marginally, and mental readings indicate a chemical array typical of severe depression.
Well,
However, there are high levels of tranquilizing chemicals in her bloodstream.
really? So she's full of tranquilizers, okay. Let's use some of this stuff.
This mechanized food delivery and recycling system is similar to the Enterprise's system. One significant difference is that it includes a scanning feature on the person making the request for food. I also note that the machinery accepts used dishes and reusable materials for recycling, since this ship is a narrowly enclosed system.
Interesting. Okay.
Captain, of the various mental conditions we have seen among the inhabitants of this ship, most, although not all, have been nonviolent. Dr. McCoy may need to examine this data further, but I believe through the food dispenser, the individuals aboard this ship are regularly medicated, often tranquilized.
23rd century Klonopin, yeah. What about this thing?
A metal and plastic construct, slightly over a meter high.
Okay, built into the floor. Okay, great. And what about this?
This appears to be a kind of all-purpose first aid station and medical dispensary with computer-aided diagnostics.
Huh. Okay, well, let's...
From the configuration of equipment here, it is possible for someone to use this machine as a workstation and prepare medicine for someone who, for example, would be unable to come to the station for treatment.
Okay. Well then, let's use this and get some food sample.
The machine whirs, lights blink, and a pre-packaged container of food is deposited on the tray.
Okay. Let's pick up the food then.
The box of prepared food is light and compact.
All right, let's scan the food. Let's scan the food.
As a meal, the food in this little box is a tad high in carbohydrates by human nutritional standards. Still, it would supply about 1/4 to 1/3 of a day's average caloric needs and includes protein, fats, fiber, a bit of spices and flavorings. There are also drugs in the food, some of which we added, you know. It's quite heavy on the alkaloid tranquilizers.
Some of which we added? We didn't add them. Okay, that's interesting. What he said, what he's saying doesn't match what... Okay. Let's see what McCoy thinks of this thing.
This seems to be a non-emergency medical station. A first aid stop, you might say. Jim, I think if I check it out with my tricorder as a translation device, I might begin to better understand these people.
Okay. Fine. Go ahead.
This computer gives me some standards against which to correlate data, Jim. These people are humanoid, certainly. But it would be a dangerous mistake to assume specific details of treatment.
Okay.
Would be the same. I can even use this workspace to concoct medicine if I've got the stuff to work with.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. What about this? I heard and saw the difference. Yeah. This game is, you know, I mean, the Macintosh CD is less buggy than the DOS CD, but it's still buggy.
I'm just a simple...
Okay, nothing he could do with that.
I'm just...
Fine. What's that with the little, I don't know what that is.
This room gives... The lieutenant is...
Alright, fine. Alright, let's keep going. Hello, there's a plant that's dying. I see that. Oh boy.
We are just here to look around, Captain. I'm sure you don't mind.
Of course not.
Would it matter if we did?
Your doctor's discourtesy, though indirect, does no credit to your party, Captain Kirk. I would have expected better when we have done nothing to warrant rudeness.
Yeah.
We
sure.
need not interfere with one another's
Side note,
activities,
McCoy definitely could benefit from having one of those devices, yeah. Alright, let's talk to Spock.
A hydroponics room, Captain. The console against the wall appears to be a workbench.
Okay. Let's start scanning stuff then.
A combination workspace and computer console, Captain. with robotic leads on the visible hookups.
Mm-hmm.
The data terminal appears to serve as data storage and analysis of materials put on the countertop. In short, I believe it acts as a gardener's assistant to anyone working on the plants in this room.
Okay.
I do detect some evidence of malfunction in one of the hookups.
Yeah, I see
but
that.
I believe it would take the inestimable skills of someone like Commander Scott to track down the problem, much less repair it.
Oh dear.
Are you saying it's broken?
Only a small part seems to be broken, something involving one of the feed lines. The rest of it appears to be in good order.
Okay, so the feed lines, got it.
Chlorophyll-based plant species. Minor evidence of opportunistic disease incursion, but that appears to be secondary to reduction in overall plant vigor.
A what? Alright, well let's,
A little recalibration. Not like these are people, after all. These plants are dying, Jim, no doubt about it. Basically, they're starving to death for lack of active organic compounds. Fertilizer, basically. I'd say most important are certain soluble phosphorus, nitrogen, ammonia, and calcium compounds.
which is exactly what they said those blocks were. You noticed that, right, chat? I don't know if you noticed that, but those are what, that's what he said about the blocks. So we need those blocks for fertilizer somehow.
No life form registration. Health reading 0.
Well, fine. Okay, so the feed line. Okay, so let's see. Can Spock do anything with this?
There is nothing on the work console. Proceed with your work. This console is prepared to scan items anytime you are prepared to use it.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay, it's the gardener's assistant. What about...
These plants do not appear to be particular.
Okay, yeah, well, I get that.
The feeder hose comes free and a mechanism pulls it out of the way. But a terrible stench rises out of the container, smelling like many things died in there long ago.
Okay. So, does that mean we've, okay. Oh, well, I didn't need to scan Spock.
Nothing unusual about that.
Alright. Alright, let's see.
I fail to see what useful purpose that would serve.
Okay, well, let's look at it. I want to see this thing.
A round metal keg with a feeder hose attachment on top.
Okay, so we took something from there. Okay.
Brown, pinched, and wilted, although their root systems are as well developed as those in the other hydro bins.
Okay. What about this over here? Can that do anything?
The nutrient broth in this container has become contaminated. It should be disinfected before the container can be reused.
Okay, well, how do I disinfect it then?
That is not logical.
Okay, fine. Well, let me pick it up then.
You take the metal keg.
All right, so we've got to computer domo arigato, yeah. All right. Okay, so that's the same way we went before, okay? Hello? Whoa.
Captain, we have just been thoroughly and efficiently scanned.
Hello.
Please identify yourself.
This is the phase,
You
okay.
haven't been in to see me before, have you?
I'm Captain James T. Kirk, commanding the USS Enterprise. These others are my crew. Science Officer Spock, Lieutenant Uhura, and Dr. McCoy. Who are you?
We are the Fays. Did not your parents speak of me?
Captain, note that it identifies itself only erratically in in the singular I, and a blend of voices typifies its communication.
Yes.
Are you suggesting it is a hive mind, Mr. Spock? Or is the voice synthesizer simply programmed for a harmonic chord of voices?
Inconclusive. It may also be that an array of otherwise
Interesting.
independent machines have been linked to provide the requisite computing power, although that is an antique and unsophisticated method of achieving this level of intelligence at odds with the overall level of sophistication and evidence. I suggest we pay close attention to both its actions and its words.
Gotcha, okay.
Phase, why would our parents have spoken to you?
I am here to care for all of you, Kirk.
Okay, it says
It's easier
I.
for me to care for you when you are younger, but sometimes one's parents are forgetful. We understand. I will care for you now.
That's interesting.
You will feel better after you eat.
Well, that's probably true.
Great. A food-fixating mothering computer.
It could in fact be very much that.
Phase, you're about to land on a planet inhabited by sentients in the middle of a settlement. If you are in control of this vessel, you must stop. You must not land there.
You will feel better after you eat, dear. Run along now. I'm very busy.
Huh. Okay, let's deal with this one.
She's cataleptic, Jim. Completely submerged within her mind. Completely withdrawn from external stimuli. If I were to put her arm up in the air, it would stay there until I moved it back down.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Psychological damage or something physical?
I can't be sure even with rather extensive tests, but from the tricorder readings, I would say some psychological shock ruptured an inherently fragile cognitive structure. In ancient times, they would have said she was skittish or prone to a nervous breakdown or weak-minded. There are a myriad of childhood developmental blind alleys that might restrict her adult pattern creation, representation
Okay.
Bone, stop. You're starting to sound like Spock.
You do not have to be insulting, Captain.
All right.
There is no response at all. Not even a flicker of attention crosses the person's eyes.
All right.
I find the room fascinating, Captain. Worthy of close examination in every regard. I would suggest that
Yeah, well, we've already done that. Okay. Let's use the tricorder on this thing. On
an
this.
extremely complex mechanical construct, Captain.
Okay.
Readings indicate this is a functional AI, an artificial intelligence of considerable sophistication.
Yes, we know what AI is now.
Condition, however.
AI is an everyday word now.
May be repair solutions to malfunctioning subsets.
It may not be, however, certain power shunts. Okay.
It sounds like you're saying there's scar tissue where the machine healed old damage.
Interesting. Ouch, yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Precisely, Doctor.
And what about this?
This machinery appears to have been a read-only computer terminal. The configuration and construction is unique, to say the least, from what I can make out. It is utterly destroyed, beyond any hope of repair.
AI mommy waifu. I don't know. Maybe with a voice like that. Luciano, welcome in, welcome in. We are continuing Star Trek Judgment Rites, and we're gonna finish it tonight. Okay, so that's been utterly destroyed. I wonder, can Spock do something with it at all? Well, it's doing Kirk. Okay, I tried doing Spock.
You believe this was some kind of electronic device, a reader or computer interface, but it looks completely destroyed.
Okay, yeah. Well, I know that. I tried using Spock on it. Is it going to do the same thing?
You believe this was some kind...
Yeah, okay. All right, let's look a little bit. Maybe we'll see something.
The room's most captivating feature is a strange column of lights in the middle of the room.
Yeah, I know that. Okay, however,
it's evident that people unknown came through and severely damaged everything they could. Evidently, they didn't hesitate to hurt one of their own people.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I can't look at that. We know that that's damaged. Anything there?
Fragments of what looks like glass glitter sharply, reflecting iridescent gleams like oil floating on water. Some fragments are larger and some smaller.
Maybe we could pick some up.
It's impossible to tell what the glassy objects originally looked like. Evidently, someone deliberately smashed them, intending total destruction.
Okay, well, let's see if we can pick some of those up.
You succeed in cutting your fingers and bleeding profusely from the many tiny capillaries in your hands.
Oh dear. So I cut my fingers, fine.
He's under slight stress, but otherwise in good health.
Alright, so I can't pick those up, fine. Anything else?
We appreciate your desire to become one with me, but it is impossible. Despite what you may think, this is no short route to Godhead.
Godhead?
I find the room fascinating.
Okay, we already know that. Can we use McCoy on her at all? Alright, let's have him go ahead and work on her.
She appears to be cataleptic, Jim. No response to outside stimuli.
All right, well, I know that. I already scanned her.
Responses.
Can you do anything for her, Bones?
On the ship, maybe. The tricorder can tell me a little more, of course. A country doctor's bedside manner can only go so far.
All right. Can we... well, we got those medical beds. Can we pick her up?
No effect.
All right. I wonder... okay, I'm going to try something. I wonder if Spock can mind meld with her.
Are you suggesting I attempt a Vulcan mind meld, Captain?
Yeah.
It does seem an appropriate effort in this circumstance.
I should have saved my game, shouldn't I?
It will take me a moment to prepare myself. Doctor, please monitor her life signs. The procedure does entail some risk.
Not only to her, but to you too. Am I right?
I assure you, Doctor, I will retain sufficient distance to avoid being dragged into something from which I cannot withdraw.
Got it.
Go ahead now, Spock.
I'm wondering if she meant godhood. No, I don't think so, because the way she said about accessing the Godhead, like maybe there's something hidden behind there. Or maybe there's a door over here that I'm not seeing. I'll double check that.
I am Puzzlewit.
Puzzlewit?
I am the one who reads it all.
Reads it all?
I do not understand. I try. I read it all.
Huh.
So many ideas. Always jumbled, though cannot make sense of. Puzzlewit wants to know. Hope to discover why why I cannot.
Oh boy.
I try to remember it.
Huh.
All. Then Tuscan comes in. He destroys me.
Oh, wow.
All broken.
So she was, that's what it was. She was reading the machine. And she considered herself the machine, I guess.
I'm broken in countless pieces.
Doctor?
No physical injuries, Captain. Not to him or to her.
Tuscan's scared of me. Scared. For no reason. He thinks I know.
Okay.
I know, but I don't know. I don't understand.
This is weird.
Nothing connects to anything else.
Okay.
I want to know it all. Hope then I'll understand. He thinks I'll hurt him. I don't hurt anybody.
I just want to know more.
I just want to know more. Now I only know what I know. Never know what Puzzlewit doesn't know anymore.
Okay, so...
What's going on here?
Oh no.
We are trying to help this woman, Captain Clark. Be quiet, or you'll put her and my science officer both at considerable risk.
Please, yes.
He's trying to make a mental slave of the alien, Captain.
Oh God.
She could tell him the secrets of this ship, of its transit through the Klingon Empire. Stop him!
We'll listen in a moment.
Yeah.
We have a representative of the Federation damaged for rendering assistance.
Exactly.
Puzzlewit remembers everything she reads. Subject. Screen laminates. Reflective. Subject to autotrophic bonding.
Bonds. Okay.
Molybdenized. Nitrous oxides. In the presence of cyanodephosphortrihydrous gases.
Wiring systems.
Subject. Wiring systems. Auxiliary to cryptolog.
Okay.
Does Puzzlewit remember this ship passing through Klingon space, perhaps?
All the paralenses were copied prior to liftoff. No new encryption was permitted. We could only read, not write to them.
Huh, that's interesting. Okay, so it was a read-only computer on the ship to begin with, chat. That is strange.
That's stellar ejector, Captain. Why would a computer terminal permit read-only interface, I ask you?
Because it's a ship of crazy people. Because it's a medical ship of some sort.
The builders didn't trust us. Didn't think we would be capable.
Yep.
We were
They were the damaged. There you go. How sad.
Now, the reader is damaged. It's broken like Puzzlewit. Like us all. Like Tuscan. The paralens can't be replaced.
The
The reader
paralens.
can't be fixed. Puzzlewit can't be fixed. Nothing to read now. Nothing new to learn, to remember.
Okay, so it's saying we can't fix the
Like Tuscan now.
It's saying we can't fix the computer panel. Okay.
This whole thing is stupid, if you ask me.
Anything but stupid, in fact. Captain Kirk, the library this woman read has been recorded entirely in her mind, although she lacks the ability to understand it or even to recall it in an orderly manner.
Huh.
She believed if she could fill up her mind, acquire enough knowledge, understanding would come. Now her personality is withdrawing, refusing to accept the loss of everything she has not yet been able to read.
Interesting.
She pinned all her hopes on this, and without it, she may lose the will to live.
So we gotta fix that computer.
Do you know everything she knows now?
No, Captain Clark, I do not. This race has very unusual mind patterns, and I am fortunate she was in as passive a state as she is mentally. It is very likely I would have been hurt were she less withdrawn to begin with.
Gotcha.
Moreover, the knowledge she does possess is a very peculiar admixture, reflecting this society's uneven level of advancement. Archaisms and startling breakthroughs coexist.
Wow, none of this is adding up to me, chat.
So there is much to be learned from this woman, and from this ship.
Knowledge the Federation would gladly share with friends, Captain Clark.
That nothing happened to this alien woman, Captain. If she should die, I would take it as an indication that you would sooner let her perish than share her special knowledge with the Klingon Empire.
We're not gonna let her die.
Captain Clark, if I took her aboard the Enterprise, I might be able to help her.
Okay.
I would have expected such treachery from the
Treachery?
likes of you. You'll start an interstellar incident like this.
Oh boy.
I thought some of the folks on board this ship were paranoids.
Gentlemen. Captain Clark, we don't want this woman to die any more than you do. Not because we want to milk her brain dry, but because she's an important being in her own right. Just as important to the universe as, well, as your companion here. Maybe more so. Dr. McCoy will do what he can. That's all that can be expected.
Yeah.
That's all I would expect. Goodbye for now, Captain. Expect to see us again.
All right, I'm gonna save, even though I've, oh, welcome back, Kleb. Welcome back. I'm gonna save, even though I think I'm gonna save this as number 2, just because I might have screwed up earlier. Okay, what about the medical kit? Can we use that on her?
I'm sorry, Jim, but I'm not willing to experiment.
Okay. And what about this? Okay, I can't see anything there. That's broken. Can we talk to the big machine? No, we can't. Spock.
I find the room fascinating.
Okay, we know that. Can I use Spock on it?
We appreciate your desire to
No,
become...
it's the same thing. It keeps saying the route to the Godhead. All right, let's get out of here, because I already cut my fingers up. Okay, and we know him. Okay, we haven't been in this room yet, chat.
Hi there, I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
I'm Stan Bob.
Oh.
Did my mom say I could talk to you?
Why, yes, she did. What can you tell us about things going on here? No, not exactly. We'd like to know what you can tell us about things. I don't know that we've seen your mother. Still, if you can tell us something about what's going on here, we would appreciate knowing it.
Yeah,
Why, yes, she
okay.
did. What can you tell us about things going on here?
I don't think my mom would want me to talk to you. Please go away and stop bothering me.
Oh boy. All right, he's the one who it's her. Here, let's scan him. And there's the king.
This individual is a juvenile in good condition, although mildly undernourished. There's no immediate danger, but there's some traits that should be watched. He's healthy now, both mentally and physically.
He doesn't seem
but he's
to
at
be
some
mentally.
risk if he's put under too much stress.
Okay. And what about him?
This individual is a bit elderly, but not in too bad shape when you take that into account. He seems
Okay,
to be
we already
suffering
scanned
some
him.
This elderly individual lies on a bed, his eyes closed in sleep. He clutches a blue blanket tightly around him.
This individual appears to be typical of his race, perhaps somewhat elderly.
I keep wondering if there's something I'm supposed to get from him, because we put him in bed, and we got that chair. Is there anything else in here? Huh. What else do we have? Okay, why'd I wake him up? Blue blanket, you got old Linus. Van Pelt, yeah?
Scowls furiously.
You, the jumped-up merchant, bothering me again? And your queenly dark companion? Speak up, my lady. Why are you not guarding the royal throne?
Oh dear.
Your most puissant majesty, I left the throne warded by the royal guardian Confucius, who will not permit the unworthy to sit there without first establishing the quality of their bloodlines and noble privileges.
Okay, what?
As a queen in my own right, I do not act according to your wishes, however nobly inspired, my royal brother. I'm sure you understand.
Okay.
Your most puissant majesty.
Here, I'll try that.
The elderly alien looks slightly puzzled.
Okay.
We are glad to hear it. Now we have business elsewhere. A king is forever at the beck and call of those he rules. Farewell, O queenly one.
But I need to... I'm looking at that scepter he's holding. Well, darn. Okay, what about the blanket?
You notice that the coarse weave of the blanket is a bit scratchy, but it feels like it would be thick and warm.
Okay, what about... Oh, well, I already grabbed the blanket. Okay. I grabbed the blanket. What's through here?
Keep back! I don't recognize you, you strangers! Rackaback, Gormagon, you recognize these people?
Oh, dear.
No, Tuscan, we sure don't. Keep them away. Keep them away from me. They'll hurt us. They're out to get us, I tell you. Have I ever been wrong?
He's the one who broke the machine earlier.
No, Tuscan, you kept us safe, and we keep you safe. We won't let him get you.
You people don't want to come any closer. Honest, I don't want to have to hurt any of you. It's just that Tuscan won't like it. I hope you don't mind, but you really have got to stay back.
Okay.
Protect me. They're after me.
We'll hurt you, so just stay back.
We really don't want to hurt you, you know.
I'm staying
but you gotta
back.
Stay back.
I am staying back. All right, let me save this again. Oh dear.
See here, Captain Claw. I told you those Federation scum would be nosing around behind our backs.
Nosing around?
The Klingon observers seem interested in remaining to watch what goes on here.
Okay.
Gormagon is one of the healthier.
Oh, welcome back, Judd.
This ship. Except for emotional stress, probably the result of being bullied by his buddies here. He's reasonably sound in mind and body.
Okay.
If I had to, I'd feel confident about treating him medically.
Okay, and what about him? Or is that the one I did? Stay back.
Many others aboard
I'm trying to
this
stay
ship,
back,
he's the victim of
Luciano.
Developmental genetic damage. Chromosomal misalignment induces a greater inclination to violence. I wouldn't feel confident enough to treat him medically without the full database of the Enterprise systems.
Okay. And little dude?
Jim, he has fairly extensive brain damage and may
Matt
be
is a
causing
menace.
paranoid delusions.
Yep,
It's
I got
also
the guys
resulting in
freaking out.
Increased levels of hostility. His adrenaline levels run quite high, and there's been organ damage from the extreme stress.
Oh dear. Let's see.
I listened to my brother Rackaback and to my friend Tuscan. They say we have to protect this room and keep anyone from getting into it.
Okay, I'm
Tuscan's
looking at that
afraid.
teddy bear too. Look at the damage he's done.
Watch what you say, Gormagon. You know I trust you.
He's just afraid, that's all.
I'm more interested in a good fight than in talking.
All right, let me look around. What do we have here?
You like chess? Any good? Jakesy's a whiz at it, even though he's pretty slow about everything else.
Wow, so
My
Jace,
brother
Jakesy
Rackaback
plays
took away his
chess.
stuffed bear. Jakesy won't come in here to play no more. This is my greatest game ever. Give you the bear if you can beat me.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, you can have the dumb bear if you beat my brother at chess, and if you don't cheat.
Okay. So that's why Jakesy was looking at that. Okay, let's see. Can we talk to him?
I don't care who you say you are. You're evil monsters in disguise. You want to get by me and the only people I can trust. You want to get into the back of my brain. You want to rewire me and change the way I think. Go away. Go away. Go away. Or we'll hurt you.
Okay.
And make you go away.
No kidding. Well, first things first. I wonder if I can...
There's nothing there that requires a ship's medical kit.
I wonder if I can make that... Okay, well, let's... Okay. I hope I'm going to make the right decision here. Jake would have been useful during the computer chess puzzle. Well, that's what I'm going to try right now. I'm going to try Spock with the chess.
A complex situation.
Okay.
However, check and mate.
Oh, wow.
How'd you do that? He cheated you, brother. He must have cheated you.
No.
No, that's a legal move. Here. Take the bear. I promised, and I do what I say.
Okay.
I think it's a dumb game. That's what I think of this game.
Well, I mean, I can't play 3D chess. Oh, no. Dude! What a jerk.
Stay away from my brother. And I'd love the opportunity to hurt you. Any of you.
Okay. I'm going to save real quick. Again. And we're going to go ahead and leave. Because we've got the teddy bear. Now, we can't give it to Stam Bob, because Stam Bob is Stam Bob, apparently. All right, let's go to the other room. I don't know what happened to the king. Okay, whatever. That's Jakesy. Tricorder on the teddy bear.
Large, irregular animal form construction, evidently used as a toy. Component materials include woven and pulp plant fiber and extruded plastics.
Okay. I'd love the opportunity to go phasers hot. I was thinking originally to stun them, but with those Klingons in there, I figured that wouldn't end well. All right, let's give him the teddy bear. Oh, he...
Nice.
Okay.
You get blocks now?
Sure.
He gathers together the blocks and gives them out to you.
Okay. So, I've got the blocks.
The blocks are an unusual organic substance high in compounds.
Okay, they're exactly what we need for those other things. Okay. So what all do we have? Let me take a look. We've got the blanket. We've got that, which needs to be decontaminated.
Do you really expect me to...
Well, I don't know, McCoy. All right, let's go in through here. Actually, I want to go back real quick. I want to see, I wonder, can I use the chair?
What an uncomfortable chair.
Oh, well, no, that's all it says. Okay, fine. Can I use Uhura on the chair?
It's not a very comfortable chair to sit in, Captain.
Watch out, Lieutenant. Remember, uneasy lies the head that wears a crown.
I don't think Shakespeare had in mind a madman with delusions of grandeur, Doctor. Particularly since he was writing of his own Queen Elizabeth's ancestor, Henry IV.
Okay. All right, fine. Alright, let's go back in here. Let me see. McCoy, can you use this? Oh boy.
Captain, I don't think another one would be very useful.
Let me see. Can I use the other thing on the workbench?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay, can I use the, food on it?
No, I don't think...
A light scans the food box and the computer screen lights up.
Okay.
The food in this box has been prepared with standard quantities of tranquilizing alkaloids, calmatives, and euphorics. The drugs and chemicals added in preparation cannot be extracted without degradation of their potency.
Gotcha, okay. What about the other thing then? How about this thing?
No, I don't think... No, I...
Okay, what about the blocks?
A light scans the blocks and the computer screen lights up.
The chemicals present are unsuitable for medical use through the presently available processing mechanisms. This constellation of chemicals, heated in an appropriate medium, would supply appropriate fertilizing nutrients to growing plants.
Gotcha, heated, okay. Well, let's see if we can heat them up then. So I've got to heat them.
Inert organics including phosphorus, nitrogen, ammonia, and calcium compounds, in this form impractical to use as fertilizing nutrients.
Okay. What about the...
Do you have some intention in mind when doing this, or is it just a random play with the blocks type of thing?
No, it made sense to me.
Captain, stop for a moment.
Oh, wait, okay.
I think there must be some better method to this. Perhaps we ought to place the blocks inside the container first, so the volatile compounds do not disperse into the air.
Thank you, Spock. Good idea. All right, fine. Okay, so we will use the container, and then we'll use the block.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
What about in there?
The neck of this container is the wrong shape for you to fit the blocks inside.
Okay, fine. Keg? Well, I'm trying to put it in the little keg thingy.
Do you have some
Well, I mean, they said it's like a metal, yeah, not that kind of keg.
Random play with the blocks type of thing.
All right, can I use any of these then?
A veritable garden of the...
Beware of serpents, Jim.
Okay, and what about that one?
Being born on Earth in an agricultural district has prepared you to recognize when certain plants are not thriving.
Yeah, I know that.
Definitely describes these plants, not thriving. The stems are shrunken, the leaves yellowish, and many have fallen off. The plant clearly tried to set some kind of fruit, but the little blackish green balls couldn't possibly qualify as becoming anything edible in the foreseeable future.
Well, I get that. Okay, fine. All right. So Spock told me to put him into a thing, and I can't put him into a thing. All right, fine. All right, let me go back. Maybe I could give that food. Maybe I could give that food to, I can't do anything with Stam Bob. Maybe I'm missing something in here.
Protect me. They're after me.
No, we're not.
We'll hurt you, so just stay back.
We really don't want to hurt you, you know, but you gotta stay back.
Okay.
See here, Captain Claw. I told you those Federation scum would be nosing around behind
Oh my gosh, that guy's really annoying.
The Klingon observers seem interested in remaining to watch what goes on here.
Okay, what about if we give that to...
That looks good. And I am hungry. But Tusken always said not to eat nothing Maul didn't say was okay. Thank you anyway, but I can't take that food.
Maul. Who is Maul? Who is Maul?
I listened to my brother Rackabat.
Watch what you say, Gormagon. You know I trust you.
Maul.
He's just afraid.
So I've got to find Maul. Okay. Oh, Maul. Okay. I know which one Maul is. Okay. Maul's got to be that mother. Okay, what about that? Can I pick up that container there? No. Is there anything around here? Alright, so what am I missing, chat? Oh, I'm missing something. Can I pick up the flower, the pot? No?
No effect. No effect.
I'm Captain James T.
Okay,
Kirk of the...
no.
Nobody's really in charge.
Alright, we already talked to him.
Phase? What? Which phase?
I already talked to
We
him.
contemplate our fate. The builders built the oratory.
You know, Jim, I don't think...
Yeah, we already talked to him. And what
Go
was...
away.
Okay, now...
I'm busy. My table must be kept clean.
Alright, what can I do to the table?
No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that's necessary.
I wonder if the blanket will be for the woman. Let's go give the blanket to that woman in the with the phase.
Welcome back. Are you feeling better?
No?
No, I don't think that's...
Okay, so I can't give it to her.
No, I don't... No, I don't...
Alright. I don't understand. Okay. So when I tried using the phaser before with the blocks...
Captain, destroying the equipment. Captain, destroying...
Alright. I'm missing something, chat. I'm missing something, chat. I'm missing something. Yeah, okay. Okay.
You arrange the blocks on the table in some nice patterns.
Captain Kirk, is anything being accomplished by doing this?
Maybe.
No, I don't... No, I don't...
Okay,
You use the blanket to wipe the table perfectly clean.
Okay.
No, I don't... No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't... I think this machine is more up your alley, Dr. McCoy.
Well, I already used McCoy with it. Okay, what about that? Let me look at this. Maybe there's... it's
A computer terminal with various access ports, a scanning rod, and a workspace.
Okay, what about the workspace then? Let's see. Have you tried using the blocks on the chair? No, I haven't. I'll go back and do that. Oh, that's just doing the same thing.
And the computer screen.
The chemicals present are unsuitable for
Okay. I'll go do that next. Ooh, maybe I can use them with this.
A light scans the blocks, and after a protracted pause, a mechanical arm pushes them onto the floor where you retrieve them.
Okay. What about the blanket?
The ship's ambient temperature.
Okay. What about, well, maybe I didn't use it with the machine.
A light scans the blanket, and after a protracted pause, a mechanical arm pushes it onto the floor where you pick it back up. Evidently, there are some things the machine cannot process into a food box meal.
Gotcha. Okay, well, what about the food box itself?
Jim, I don't think that would be a good idea. It will just get reprocessed into another meal.
All right, fine, McCoy. Here, I'll go do what you said, Luciano. Let me try that. Because I don't understand the chair.
The blocks stack neatly on the seat, but this accomplishes nothing.
Well... What about the blanket on the chair?
No, I don't think... No,
Well, what is the hell of the point of the chair? I don't know. I don't know what happened to that guy either. All right, let me go back to hydroponics. I'm missing something in the hydroponics lab. Yeah. Okay, I know that.
The nutrient broth in this container has become contaminated. It should be disinfected before the container can be reused.
Okay. Let's disinfect it. Can I disinfect it with the phaser?
That is not logical, Captain. The stun setting...
What about the other? Okay, there.
The container heats
There
up
we go.
rapidly and foul-smelling smoke pours out of the small opening on the top.
Okay.
This container must be refilled with nutrient broth before it is replaced for use.
Okay. But there's no red, blue...
Two feeder hoses roll out on wired mechanisms and insert into the container. From one flows a clear liquid nearly filling the container. The other hose just makes burping noises.
Okay.
The blocks fit through the opening, splashing as they plunge into the liquid.
Okay. Let me save this real quick in case I botch it. I think he used the chair. I did. I tried using the chair. And it didn't... and I tried sitting in it too, and it just said it's uncomfortable, Luciano. That's all it ever said, is the chair's uncomfortable.
I do not believe the stun...
Okay, fine. Then we'll use the...
The container heats up slowly and the sound of bubbling echoes from inside. You stop and the container quickly cools.
Okay.
I think that did it, Captain.
I hope so. I mean, the guy with the bear. Oh. He might have. There was another guy sitting in it earlier who we ran off. And he's never come back. Okay, use that.
No, I don't think...
Okay.
You settle the container back into the niche it was removed from. The feeder hose, looking shiny and clean, rides out on some mechanism and reattaches to the newly filled container.
Okay.
You hear gurgling and see the nutrient broth begin swirling through the liquid medium. The dying plants seem to perk up before your very eyes.
That quick, huh? All right, well, let's go out of the room and then come back in, shall we?
Welcome back. Are you feeling better?
No. No, I'm not, FaZe. There they are, good. Let's scan this thing now.
Things are definitely on the upswing now. These plants should be productive and healthy from now on.
Great. And Spock, anything you need to say?
This chlorophyll-based plant species has the capacity to produce edible fruits, which may offer significant nutrient value. These would be safe for human consumption, or Vulcan for that matter.
Well, swell. All right, let's pick some up then.
Jim, we don't have time for that now. Jim, we don't have...
Well, why don't I? I should.
The species still seems a bit strange, but you expect that. Nevertheless, even as a youngster back in Iowa, you knew when a plant could make a healthy comeback, and these certainly are doing so.
Are doing so. Okay, so I still have to go do something else. All right, let me go back in there again. There we go.
The red fruit comes free easily, dropping into your hand like it belongs there.
All right. Let's scan it, shall we? It looks like tomatoes more than anything.
Peak ripeness. They should be delicious.
But what are they?
Unprocessed organic produce of high nutrient value to most humanoid races.
Okay. All right, so we know the wrong door.
Well,
all right, we'll go through this one instead. I need to go back to right, wrong room. I need to go back to that woman standing in the medical lab because she wanted fruit for Stan Bob. Don't blame me for the names. By the way, anyone who's currently lurking, thank you for doing so. If you are VOD watching, thank you for doing so. It is always appreciated. Tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, we will be doing karaoke.
You got the plants to give fruit again, and I'd given up. Oh, I'm so happy. But I don't want to eat this. My son loves fruit. Can't get enough.
Okay.
And I want him to have this.
Great.
Please take it to him. He should be playing in the sleeping hall. I've warned him about not talking to strangers, but it's all right if you do so. You can tell him I said it was okay.
All right. So now we gotta go back. And we gotta get, okay, so we give Stan Bob the fruit, and then we'll see what we learn from Stan Bob. All right, well, let's talk to him again.
Hi there, remember me?
Uh-huh. I remember. You wanted to ask me about something.
Yeah.
Tell me about Tuscan and his friends. Tell me about the playroom. Tell me about your mom.
Her name's Moll.
Okay.
She takes care of the garden, but she gets real sad a lot. She brings me fresh fruit. Says it's good for me. I like fresh fruit, whole bunches. She hasn't brought me any in a while, and what I put away in a secret place isn't looking good anymore.
Okay, well, I'll have to get
Tell
that
me about Tuscan
from
and his
him.
friends. Tell me about the playroom. Tell me about Tuscan and his friends.
Tuscan and his friends aren't nice.
No, they aren't.
They're nice to my mom because they trust her, though. She's the only one that brings them food. Sometimes she brings me safe food too, but she hasn't lately. I get pretty hungry because the safe food I put away in a secret place isn't any good anymore.
Okay, well, you said that.
Tell me about Tuscan.
All right, and about the playroom?
It's through there, through the east door. Tuscan and his friends have taken it over. They play mean.
Yep.
Except they don't play mean to my mom. That's on account of they think she won't let the food be bad.
Okay.
Tell me about Tuscan and his. Tell me about the food.
Right,
about the food out of the machines can make me feel really sleepy and not very good. Mom says it's because of the stuff they put in the food. Tuscan says it's poison and won't take any food from anyone but my mom. I put some good food away in a secret place.
Yes, you told us that.
It doesn't look so good anymore.
Yes, you said that.
You want to see?
Yes.
Sure, why don't you show us? No, I don't think that. I think that's all for now, Stan Bob. Sure, why don't you show us?
Oh, there we go.
The youngster opens a hidden cabinet near him, and a sour smell like rotting fruit flows from the opening.
Ugh.
See, it went bad.
Yep, sorry, Stan Bob. Let's go ahead and give him his fruit. Like we said we would.
This is for me? Wow, thank you. Mom would really be happy. She has been so sad about not being able to give me what I like to eat. Even though I told her it was okay, she was really, really sad.
Aww.
Now she'll be really happy.
We
Thank
helped
you.
a family, chat. All right, and let's scan, and then we'll pick it up.
Organics in an advanced state of decay, Jim. They're releasing some alkaloids which would induce sleepiness and suggestibility.
Ooh, good.
However, the first effect this mess would have, assuming anyone was stupid enough to try to eat it, would be extreme nausea. So it would never get into a sane person's system.
Don't believe that liar. He's making space moonshine. Nice, yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Well, someone's gonna be stupid enough to eat it.
It's slippery, sloppy, stinky, and goopy. But you collect what's there into a large specimen bag.
Yum, yum. All right. So, how do I put this into this? Let's see. Can I put it with that?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay. All right, let's go back to the medical bay. We're gonna see if we can. We gotta put the psycho guy in the playroom to sleep. I'm sure it's a combination of these machines. So let's save real quick. All right, what is this going to tell me? Can it make a drug from?
Scans the reeking glop, and the computer screen lights up.
The alkaloids present in this organic mass can be reduced to a high-potency tranquilizer. The undesirable emetics and purgatives can be eliminated.
Oh, good.
The resultant drug should be mixed with prepared food and eaten to produce a soporific effect.
It's delicious and nutritious and tastes just like chicken. I severely doubt that, Daylin.
Do you wish to prepare the specified tranquilizer from this mix?
Yes, we do.
No, skip it. We'll just put this away and go on to something else. Yes, continue.
Done. The drug is prepared. Bring over the food you wish dosed with the drug, and the tranquilizer will be added.
Okay, so we're going to be adding tranquilizer to the food. Okay. Be right back. Okay.
Mom, what's... These nice people got me some fruit. It's fresh and everything, so you don't need to be sad anymore.
Aww.
Yep. Son, I'm so glad. It means the plants are healthy again, and you won't have to eat food I'm not sure is good for you. Thank you, strangers.
I'm not a stranger. I'm Captain James Tiberius Kirk. Okay.
I'm going back to my room, Mom. But I wanted you to know.
Okay. Swell.
A light scans the food box and the computer screen lights up.
Okay.
The food in this box has been prepared with standard quantities of tranquilizing alkaloids, calmatives, and euphorics. The drugs and chemicals added in preparation cannot be extracted with the high-potency dosage of alkaloid tranquilizer you have prepared. May be added now, if you wish.
Yes, we do.
Go ahead. No, I don't think. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, let me scan the box. Wow, it changed the whole box. The box was red and big, and now it's silver and small.
As a meal, the food in this little box is a tad high in carbohydrates by human nutritional standards. Still, it would supply about 1/4 to 1/3 of a day's average caloric needs.
Let's see if it says the right.
Fats,
Let's see if it says the right thing now.
Spices and flavorings. There are also drugs in the food, some of which we added, you know. It's quite heavy on the alkaloid tranquilizer.
So this time it's right. So it seems what it was, chat, when it read the wrong line of dialogue. I think what it was they forgot to record the dialogue before we added the tranquilizer, because McCoy made the comment about which we hadn't added. So if anything, it told me what to do. All right. Let's give her the box and ask her if she can give it to...
I think you'll want to hang on to that particular food box. After all, I saw how much extra tranquilizer you added to it.
Yeah, but I need your help.
I have to thank you again for what you did for my son.
Yeah, but...
I was feeling so depressed.
If you want to help us...
I couldn't give him the food I know is better for him than what the Fays make in the machinery. I don't trust the machinery food. And that's why I tended the garden. Made fresh food. Even Tuscan will eat food I give to him.
Okay.
He doesn't trust anyone. If you ever need help, just show me what you want to give him.
I already did. So that means Matt is cheating. It wasn't by design, Luciano. It's because the game has... It's because of a bug in the game where it said the wrong thing. I mean, the truth is I would have figured that out anyway, because I knew I needed to do something with the food.
Tuscan will only accept food from you. You said you'd help us after we helped you. Will you give this to Tuscan? It's heavily medicated, but that might help Dr. McCoy here to do something so he's better off.
Okay.
I'll take this to Tuscan now because I trust you. Go back to him and show him your food. He'll call for me, and I'll give him this instead. He'll be a good boy.
Okay. All right, so show him your food. Oh, okay, so...
The machine whirs, lights blink.
There, so she told me what I needed to do. Good.
Is deposited on the tray.
All right, let's pick it up. So we're gonna try to get... So we try to give him the old box, and then she shows up and gives him the new box.
The box of prepared food is light and compact.
And meanwhile, the Klingons are just watching us so that they can figure out how to solve all the puzzles. Do, 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 do. Okay. Bum.
Protect me. They're after me.
No, we're not.
We'll hurt you, so just stay back.
We really don't want to hurt you, you know, but you gotta stay back.
Okay, let's offer him food.
I told you
The Klingon observers seem interested in remaining to watch what goes on here.
Okay.
I am hungry.
Yeah?
Maul? Where's Maul? I don't take nothing from nobody. Nobody except her. You'd do something to it. Make me different. You'd rewire my head.
Well, you're a nutter, buddy.
Call for me, Tusken? I thought you might be hungry, so I brought you something you can safely eat. You know you can trust me, Tusken.
Yep.
Yeah, I know I can. And I am hungry. Didn't want to eat something I couldn't be sure of, though. Give me that.
Dude needs a hairbrush, too.
Now I want to take a nap. Maul, you watch out for me, okay?
Okay,
The blanket would be too warm for me to use right now.
Thanks, but I'm comfortable. The blanket would make me too warm.
Okay, but what about him?
Can't use it. Don't want it. No plans on sleeping right now, though I wouldn't mind getting into a fight.
You don't say.
Being unconscious, he doesn't respond.
All right, I'm saving real quick. Oh, hey. Can we use Spock on them?
You stay away from my brother. What do you want with him? Do you want to fight? I love a good fight.
His strength appears to be very impressive, Captain. I do not think I could win in a hand-to-hand struggle.
All right. I don't know what to do other than try to stun him.
Gormagon falls, defenseless against the power of the phaser.
Inelegant, Captain Kirk, and perhaps unnecessary. I feel that a less brutal approach overall.
You know what? He's right. He's right. He's right. He's right. Flood City. Love these games. Got them when they first came out. So glad the enhanced versions were released. I believe it's the last time the original cast worked on Star Trek Project. Probably true. Are you not going to offer the Klingons a warm blanket? I guess I should have. Yeah, welcome in, Flood City. Welcome in. Yeah, we're playing the Macintosh version of Judgment Rites because it's got less bugs than the DOS CD, which was missing some of the cutscenes. And I just screwed up, so now I need to reload. Whoops.
Captain Kirk, don't waste your time or mine. I expect more than that of you.
All right,
I'm more interested in a good fight than in talking.
well,
You want to fight? Okay with me.
But welcome in. Yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing it tonight. With this is our 4th stream of this game. It's a great game.
This room and keep anyone from getting into it. Tusken's afraid.
Okay.
Well, Tusken's just confused. I don't think I should go into it right now, but he thinks if people knew all about this place, they'd hurt his mind. Actually.
Be careful, brother. Remember that Tusken warned us people might seem nice, but not really be nice.
Okay.
I don't know what would happen, actually. After all, I can't read the future.
Gotcha.
I am feeling a little down, Captain Kirk. But don't bother about me. I'll be all right.
So she's depressed.
The individual you're trying to talk to.
And he...
You want help from me?
I wasn't looking for help. What about Uhura? Maybe she could talk to him.
Captain, I think there must be some other way to achieve what we're... I can be quick and charming, Captain, but I don't believe I can...
Right. All right, what do we have? What do we have? We got the blanket. Yeah, let's offer it to the Klingons.
What do you imagine I would want with such a thing?
Being unconscious, he does.
Can I walk over here? No, I can't. Darn it. Okay. Just getting punched. Okay. What am I missing?
Nothing to report, Captain.
Well, that doesn't help. Okay. What about them?
Yeah, that looks good. And I'm hungry. But Tusken always said
Lynetta wouldn't turn down the warm blanket. In fact, she would snuggle in it during her nap before she Thanos snapped reality. Yeah, that's true. That was a great game last night. That Sucker for Love. I miss Lynetta. All right. So the Klingons are judging us. Maybe if we leave and come back? Let's see.
You want to fight? Okay with me. I'll hurt you, so you'll be smart if you just stay back.
My brother's always the tougher one, and I do like he thinks. Still, I don't want to hurt you. I'd rather not see anybody get hurt.
Okay, well then,
See here, Captain Claw. I told you.
All right, fine. I've already heard the can Spock neck pinch the tough guy. I tried that already. I've tried using Spock with him, and he just says he'll.
I do not think I could win in a hand-to-hand struggle.
Yeah, no, Spock can't neck pinch him. I don't know about this one.
You stay away from my brother. What do you want with him? Do you want to fight? I love a good fight.
Good for you. All right, let's talk again.
I'm more interested in a good fight than in talking.
All right, well, what about Kirk?
Are you out of your gourd, Jim?
Yeah.
That hulking brute will rip your limbs off.
All right, you know what? There.
Rakaback falls, defenseless against the power of the
Yeah,
phase.
she's the best girl. Not the rich one, but definitely the best. Yeah.
An inelegant solution, Captain Kirk, but efficient.
Indeed. All right, there. And what do you have to say?
To my brother Rakaback and to my friend Tusken. They say we have to protect this room and keep anyone from getting into it. Tusken's afraid. Well, Tusken's just confused. I don't think I should go into it right now, but he thinks if people knew all about this place, they'd hurt his mind. Actually, I'm sure things would change. It might be a change for the better, maybe. Maybe not.
Okay, well.
I'm not sure what to think of you. I just don't know if I should trust you.
Well, Gormagon, I think you should trust them. They've
There we
repaired
go.
the garden, which is good for all of us. They
Mhm.
gave fresh fruit to my boy Stan Bob.
That
when
we
even
did.
His own mother couldn't manage that.
Uh-huh. She was gonna let her
Despite
kids starve.
some
Not really.
misgivings I had, I'll accept what others have said about you. I think I should show you the way into the heart of the phase.
The heart of the phase. Here we go.
Entry that Tusken is so afraid of. I feel that something good can come of this.
Hello. All right, let's scan it real quick.
Captain, I'm getting a thoroughly anomalous reading. This passage definitely defies the physical laws of space and time.
Oh, it's a TARDIS.
Are you suggesting it might be some kind of space warping portal, Spock?
I am reluctant to speculate without data, Captain. I've never seen anything quite like this.
Okay.
Captain, if I may interject, that disparity is something we've glimpsed throughout this ship. There is a sophisticated food delivery system and a food-producing hydroponics garden.
Yep.
It is as if the parts of this ship don't fit together, or as if there were some purpose beyond the obvious.
Though this be madness.
I was thinking the same thing myself, Lieutenant. I'd like to have a talk with whoever is behind this.
And I also, Captain Kirk.
Yep.
I believe our observations have been as anomalous as yours. Moreover, I don't think the Fays are the ones we must address our questions to.
Nope. All right. Let me use the communicator real quick, and then we'll go.
Nothing to read.
Oh, okay. Guess that didn't matter. All right, here we go. Heart of the ship. Doctor Who's on board. Yeah, the doctor is, I guess. Oh, hello. All right, let's tricorder everything.
This is not a life form, Captain, but it does register with biomagnetics and considerable electrical complexity.
Uh-huh.
This is the heart of a functioning, artificially intelligent construct.
Interesting. Let's use Spock on it then.
Based on information I acquired from my interaction with Puzzlewit, we need a connector and some wire to repair this, Captain.
Oh boy, connector and wire. And what about
Although
that?
visible, the machinery is inaccessible, and the exact nature of it indefinite. Lieutenant Uhura, might not your recent study of experimental communication and decryption devices enable you to make a clearer assessment?
Okay. Let's see if Uhura can, well, first thing, let me scan this also.
The bubble around the machinery seems to be part force field and part physical obstruction.
Okay.
Although not quite like anything I've seen in the past. The device visible inside seems inaccessible, but it seems similar to the computer I saw damaged.
Computer, I am Shodan. I don't get the rest. Sorry, I don't get the reference right off, Daylin. It sounds familiar, but I can't. I don't recognize it right off. Okay. Okay. And this one?
The bubble seems to be part force field and part physical obstruction. Not quite like anything I've seen outside this room. If there is anything within, and I get no such reading.
System Shock. Okay, I've never played System Shock. Got it. I thought it was from an episode of Deep Space Nine or something that I missed. And this? Is it the same thing?
Nothing unusual about that object.
All right.
This bubble exhibits no interesting features.
All right. What about okay, so we need to use Uhura on the other one now. Got it. And it said I need a wire and a connector, kind of like a like GLaDOS from Portal in many ways. Okay, well I've seen Portal from. I've watched some Portal streams. I've never played it myself. All right, so I need wiring. I need wiring, and I don't have any wiring. All right, what does
This
Spock
room
say?
is thoroughly fascinating, Captain. I theorize that this is a virtual space replica of the interior workings of the artificial intelligence which the Fays represent. The interface is seamless, and work performed in here is functionally identical to working directly in the computer. Like so much we've seen before now that is highly advanced technology, yet archaic 20th century style wiring carries the electronic information.
So we need wiring. Where am I going to find wiring? Okay, let's go back into the toy room. Let's go back into the toy room and see if we can get some wires. Anything in there? No.
Pieces of wood and plastic. They were originally part of a toy.
Okay.
An overturned toy box.
This reminds me of some people's quarters at the academy.
Yours, perhaps?
I wasn't about to name any of those.
Okay. That, not that.
An overturned toy box.
Computer tells you it is GLaDOS or Shodan. You're basically sunk. Gotcha.
A pillow.
Jim, given the mental states of these people, the less damage we do to their environment, the better.
In other words, Doctor, if we don't need something for our mission, we shouldn't touch it.
Well, fine,
That's my
but I don't...
recommendation.
I do not see the toy boxes relevant.
Jim, given the mental state...
All right,
that's
fine.
my recommendation.
All right, fine. So where am I going to get wiring?
The chess game has been scattered across the floor.
Okay, nothing up there. Okay. And we've got a blanket. We've got that blanket. Huh, all right. Is there anything in here that I can touch or take?
This seems like a relatively comfortable place to take a...
All right.
A configuration of fabrics and metals arranged in a manner commonly used as a sleeping platform by an individual humanoid. Surface approximately 1 meter by 2. However, there are a considerable array of passive scanners, much akin to Dr. McCoy's beds in sickbay.
Interesting.
Few of the interfaces
The computer, yeah, there's a giant computer on board this ship. This ship...
Nevertheless, while they were functional,
the ship is run by a giant computer that's calling itself the Phase, but it's damaged.
ship travelers.
Okay. Well, is there anything I could pick up with it?
No effect.
And it said if I could find some wiring, that would be enough to... maybe I should give the blanket to him.
That looks like the old fellow's blanket. He'd get mad at me if I took it, so no thanks.
All right. Is there anything with the blanket that I need to know?
Coarsely spun organic fibers, twill woven, dyed dark brown post-construction. It is just under 2 meters square.
Okay, great. Can you get the wire from the computer? Before it wouldn't let me take anything from it. I'm gonna go back in there and see if I can. I'm slowly working my way in case there's something I've missed in here.
No.
And I can't use the table. Can I? Maybe I can.
Get away from my table, you'll get it dirty!
Okay.
Nice table.
Maybe he wants some
No,
food.
I don't think... No, I...
All right,
Go away! I'm busy. My table must be kept clean.
all right, so how can I, is there anything I could do to his table to piss him off?
No, I don't think...
Maybe there's nothing there with the table. It said it wasn't it was a normal table. And I keep thinking with the chair there would be something, but... Oh, hello.
You can shift the big chair slightly, but you cannot pick it up and carry it.
All right, well, what else is there with it? Maybe there's got to be something with the chair.
An ordinary chair, originally similar to others in the room, except someone has nailed the legs
No.
onto...
All right, and what about the top there?
You can shift the big chair
No.
slightly, but you cannot pick it up and carry it.
All right, fine. Okay. All right. Is there anything? There's got to be something with this blanket, too. Oh. I will use the table in my space casino to play Texas Hold'em.
I don't think
Yeah.
that's necessary.
Okay, what about there? Anything there?
You use the blanket to wipe the...
Well, whatever. Fine. All right, it's this door.
Welcome back. Are you feeling better?
Ah, well, we will be.
No effect. No effect. No.
We appreciate.
No, it's not that. Okay. What am I missing? All right, I'll go over there.
You believe this was some kind of electronic device, a reader
Well, I know
or
that.
computer interface.
Okay, where am I missing it? Where am I missing it? Yeah. And I know with those things on the floor, I can't.
A column of iridescent sparkles and shimmers, punctuated by floating bubbles of colored light, dances around.
Yeah, I know that already. Okay, fine. And I can't talk to it again, okay.
I find the room fascinating, Captain.
All right.
That woman appears to need medical.
Yeah, I know that. And I can't give her the blanket, can I?
No, I don't.
Can I have her beamed up?
Report, Captain.
No, I can't. Okay. All right, I don't know where I'm missing the wires, chat. I might have to get a hint at some point because I can't play this all night, this same place. What am I missing? I keep thinking there's something with that chair. And with the blanket.
No, I don't.
Jakesy smiles but shakes his head.
Okay. Prickly blanket. Yeah, I know it's prickly. All right, well, can I give it to that guy?
No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't.
Yeah, I'm at a loss, chat. If anyone knows where there's a cable for me to pick up. Is there anything there? No. Okay, we know that bed. What about McCoy on it?
This seems like a relatively comfortable place to...
Can I pick up anything
No
with it? Can I use it? No. Can I use
No, I
Kirk
don't.
on it? No. Darn it. Chat, I'm lost.
See here, Captain Claw. I told you those Federations...
The Klingon observers seem interested in remaining to watch what goes on here.
All right.
Captain, he's unconscious. I can't see any point in putting him at further risk.
All right, fine. Let's go back to that room and take another look. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed it. Aye.
No effect. No effect. No effect.
Ah, darn it. Wrong button. Okay.
No.
All right, well, what about these? Let me try scanning those. Maybe I didn't do those before.
Nothing unusual about that object.
All right.
This looks more complex mechanically than you are personally accustomed to dealing with.
All right, fine. Let me hear what he says again.
Based on information I acquired from my interaction with Puzzlewit, we need a connector and some wire to repair this, Captain.
Okay. Can we use the tricorder?
This web wire wall reads somewhat like an antique hand-wired computer circuit.
Okay, no, we already read that.
And at the same time, like something which surpasses even what can be found aboard the Enterprise. This damaged area does not appear to be functioning.
Yeah, I know.
But based on information I acquired from my interaction with Puzzlewit, I could attempt to repair it with a connector and some wire.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, but I...
No, I don't think...
Is that something on the...
This looks almost identical to the containers that house the phase.
Is there anything for me to pick up?
No.
All right, chat. Let's think it through. Let's think it through. We've been in here. Saw your poll. Another good point clicks full throttle if you play. I have played it. I want to do it on stream eventually, but a streamer who I am a regular watcher of just recently played through it. So I kind of want to wait a bit before I revisit it on my own stream. I don't want to piggyback off someone else. Same thing happened with Day of the Tentacle. In fact, it was like right, or no, it was right before it was not Day of the Tentacle, Sam and Max. Right when I was about to do Sam and Max Hit the Road, someone else was doing it like 2 days before, so I decided to hold off for the time being. Okay, anything in the pillow?
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
All right, anything with there?
Nothing unusual about that.
All right, nothing there, nothing there. All right, I gotta figure this out. Okay. Okay, there's nothing in there. Nothing in the box. Nothing with the chess set.
There's not enough left to play on.
Okay, so there's nothing else in here. Someone had played Sucker for Love also, had they? Well, I did. I don't know if anyone else had. I mean, I'm sure they had, but I mean recently. Recently. All right, let's see. Look around here again. As we do our pixel hunt, chat. I keep thinking that. But I can't open it, so...
No, I don't think...
Well, what the hell's the point of the, All right, let's go to the next room. Okay, the table. Nothing I can do with the table. Hover over everything. Yeah, it seems to be. It was someone we raided into. They played it for a member stream. Did they? Oh, okay. No, I didn't mean to use the door. I was trying to... Okay, and he'll yell about the table.
Get away from my table, you'll get it dirty!
Okay.
Rexalajat Mathdinga Watamanana, Jagarok Nu Ditiava Marinke Jawakabalan. I think our universal translator needs a bit more work on the phonetic system.
Okay.
I believe it has found the proper lexicon. Try it again.
Okay.
Big-tailed baby antelope stew.
Oh.
High temperatures badly burn the red wine sauce, so carefully watch the stewing juice at least 5 times in the cooking cycle.
Huh. Okay, anything else?
Salad jet methoding.
Oh, it's just the same thing. Same thing. Okay, fine.
I didn't know you had a green thumb, Jim.
I'm from Iowa, Bones. We've been farmers for centuries.
Okay, nothing there.
I didn't know you had a green thumb.
Okay, nothing there. And this, I keep thinking, is something, but it's not. No, it's just the plant.
We've been farmers for centuries.
Okay, so the table's there, but I don't have anything I can do to the table.
No, I don't.
All right, nothing in this room. All right, I'm gonna have to look up a hint pretty soon. Oh, hello. There we go. Never mind.
You managed to untwist a length of wire and a light bar.
There we go. We got the light bar and we got... Okay. Let's take a look at this. The cable and the light bar. Boom.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
All right. And anything about the light bar?
Nothing unusual.
Well, who cares? Let's go back to the playroom, chat. We got it. All right. Back to the playroom. Actually, they might have raided us instead. Did we raid Necolita? We have raided her before, but she's also raided us. So yes, Necolita, we've raided her, and she has raided us. So it must have not been a time when I raided into her. All right, here we go. Here we go. Now we're cooking with gas or something.
The information I acquired from Puzzlewit's mind indicates this could be a delicate operation, easily mishandled.
Really?
I think we need to start with an electrical connector to complete these repairs, Captain.
Will a light bar work? Don't tell me I'm still missing something, please.
If you'll bring that over to me, I might have a better suggestion if I took a closer look at it.
Okay. Played it a week ago for members. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead. Here you go.
I worked with things like these when I was younger. Given our surroundings, see if you don't find this more useful.
Thank you. All right, boom. There's the connector.
Allow me, Captain. Let me do that. The information I acquired from Puzzlewit's mind indicates this could be a delicate operation, easily mishandled. I think you will find it fits just here.
Good.
Lieutenant Uhura, if you will bring over that length of wire while I hold this in place, I believe we can get this repaired speedily.
Woo, we're almost done with...
Certainly, Mr. Spock.
Man,
with that in place, I can see that it will easily fit. Here.
I have been playing the same level, chat, since we started streaming at 10 o'clock. So give, 15 minutes of chat time. I've been on this same darn level now for over 2 hours. Holy Hannah. And we still got one more after this. This was a long chapter, a long episode.
The connection is made, and Uhura smiles widely.
That's it. That fixes the broken connection.
Level wants you to be here all day and all night, apparently, Omegs. All right.
Thank you. I am now once again whole, and no longer an intelligence divided against myself. The system you repaired will re-enable me to analyze and update received data from external and internal sensor systems, altering conceptual constructs of previously acquired data.
Huh?
These systems appear to have been malfunctioning for some time, although it will take additional review to clarify all conditions.
It's how you get your money's worth. That's the truth, Flood City. My YouTube following list has so many channels I can't scroll to yesterday's videos in less than 10 minutes. Oh, wow. Okay, much may have been lost permanently. Darn.
Jim, do you notice? The phase isn't switching between I and we like it did in the oratory.
Nope.
And the voice is a single note, not a harmonic chord of
at a normal
voices.
pace, that is. Gotcha.
And it hasn't suggested we go get something to eat either.
No, it hasn't.
I am chagrined that my disabilities have endangered my mission. The compassion was launched with the best of intentions. If I can answer anyone's questions, I will endeavor to do so.
Okay.
Captain Kirk, you don't mind if I ask a question, do you?
Of course not.
You'll get your turn, Klingon. Just hold your horses. Be my guest, Captain. Ask away. You'll get your turn, Klingon. Just hold your horses. Other things come first.
No way. Oh my gosh. Oh, who do we got? Flood City just subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, Flood City MZ. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the back library.
Be my guest, Captain. Ask away.
I guess we'll let him ask.
That you give me first place to speak is a mark of honor, Captain Kirk.
Ah.
And does not pass unnoticed, particularly in light of the urgency of your own questions.
Oh, well, we're all in it together or something.
Hayes, this ship passed through the heart of Klingon space. We were not even aware of it until it was nearly out of our territory. We backtracked it and found it must have closely approached places we find sensitive. We expect assurances that data you may have collected there will not reach the hands of those who mean us harm.
Okay.
We seek proof. We expect you to download your entire memory into our ship's computers, that we may search it for data you have no right to.
Wow.
Thereby would you not acquire data to which you have no right?
No kidding. Exactly.
My aide speaks too strongly. While it is true we are interested in the knowledge and technology you possess, technology to pass through our empire undetected, knowledge of how to twist space back upon itself. For that data, we will treat with you as one civilized.
Oh, Rhea just raided. Welcome in, Rhea. Thank you so much for the raid. Greatly appreciated. For those of you who don't know me, I am Madamus, former Cosmic Defender turned Archive Curator, and we have been slowly playing through Star Trek Judgment Rites on Macintosh CD-ROM for reasons. Well, it's because it's the least buggy version. But welcome in, Rhea. How was your stream? You were playing Balatro, right? How was Balatro? Welcome in, Jay. Welcome in, Sabishi. Thank you so much for the raid. How went Balatro?
Had I any data, I would agree to seal it.
Thank you, Omegs, for posting Rhea's link. Welcome in, Backbeat.
Until my sensory systems were repaired, my ability to receive and process data was severely impaired.
Okay.
Especially in regard to external data updates.
It was fun. I gotta go really sleepy. Well, thank you so much for raiding in. Have a good sleep, Rhea. Appreciate it as always. Anyone else also, if you need to go sleep, go sleep. Thank you for raiding in. It is appreciated. And if you are someone currently watching me, if you haven't given Rhea a follow, be sure to give her a follow. Rhea is amazing. She is funny. She is super talented. She is always worth watching. I should be watching her right now instead of playing this silly thing. Have a great night, Rhea. Thank you very much. He'd be more like, uh-oh. Oh, dear.
That is information for us to know, not you. Erase it.
Silence. Hayes, we would welcome access to that information.
And we are on the for those of you watching right now, we are on the second to last episode of Star Trek Judgment Rites. It's an episodic game, and we're trying to finish it up tonight because we've already done this over 4 streams once a week for the past. Well, this is week 4, hence 4 stream. That's how we're 4 streams. Yes, 4 streams, indeed. Oh, also, we do have a poll at the top of the chat. If you wouldn't mind voting in it, I would really appreciate that. Because trying to pick out a game for once we finish this one. Welcome back, Kleb. Let's see, by others, okay. Sure. Whatever you say, Chief.
Phase, do not be hasty making that decision.
I lack sufficient data to make any assessment. I can give no answer at this time.
Huh.
The primary reason we came aboard was to find a way to stop you from landing on top of our colony on Atibus.
Okay.
Which would certainly kill thousands of our people. Now that your external sensors are functional, have you altered your plans about where you intend to put the ship down?
Okay, let me check that.
How did your systems become damaged?
I'm curious about what your builders really had in mind, shipping off all these people off planet. There seems to have been some shadier agenda. The eugenics wars of our own past produced some of the ugliest abuses in human history. And notorious characters like
Okay, I'm trying to pick a choice right now.
Resounds with infamy. How is this ship you call the Compassion justified?
Okay.
I'd be interested to learn more about those who built this ship. Their achievements certainly seem erratic in sophistication, but much of it goes beyond even what
I think I need to do one at a time.
I assume we can. The primary reason we
let me
came
come
aboard
back.
was to find a way
Let
to
me
stop
start
you
with
from
this one.
landing on
Ask
top
him
of
if
our
they've
colony on
changed their
Atlas,
course.
which would certainly kill.
No, Captain Kirk. I will certainly not set the Compassion down in a populated area. Now that I can see it is there. I am at present in communication with the planetary authorities, and they are directing me to a stationary orbit until further arrangements can be made for my wards.
Swell. Welcome in, Doing Dennis. Welcome in. Thank you for joining the raid. Thank you for the raid. I'm Madamus, former Cosmic Defender turned Archive Curator. We are finishing up Star Trek Judgment Rites, the Macintosh CD-ROM version. If I could speak. Speaking, hydration break. If you've got a drink, take a drink, hydrate or dihydrate. My mouth is very dry. Oh, and by the way, I will be doing a karaoke tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So if you want to hear me sing badly, please consider stopping by.
Then are there other questions?
Yes.
Is the ship still set to land on Atibus colony? How did your systems become damaged?
I am sorry I cannot explain this at this time. I do not even know if it is explicable.
Huh.
But I will search my memory for an answer for you.
Okay, let's...
Then are there other questions?
Yes, there are.
Is the ship still set to... Please clarify the anomalies we have perceived while being on board.
I'm curious about what your builders
Okay,
really
we
had
already
in
heard what
mind,
he had to
shipping
say,
off
so
all
let's go
these
ahead and
people
check
off
the
I
thing.
have no information about your eugenics wars, but a fundamental social philosophy of the builders.
This computer seems like it's going a bit nuts.
Goodwill would tolerate and value variability as a sign of cultural and social health. That a civilization will be judged by its tolerance of disparate ideas, by how it treats those who cannot protect themselves, be they very young.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting us to get a full-on monologue.
By the measure of altruism extended to those less powerful, even when rightfully in possession of something desired.
Huh.
A central aspect of Vulcan philosophy is embodied in the Idic. Infinite diversity in infinite combinations. It would seem the builders pursued similar high ideals.
Okay.
High ideals, perhaps, but that does not explain why these people are in space phase.
Yeah, we're basically on a spaceship filled with, filled with people who are mentally ill.
More than this I cannot explain. However, you can locate additional library data under the heading Compassion.
Huh.
Oh, I haven't made it available. I should have done that immediately. I can't imagine why I didn't think of it.
Yeah, it's glitching.
Fascinating, Captain. That instance of forgetfulness makes it possible to speculate that the phase is not wholly restored after all.
Space 3B. Yeah, there's something's going on with this.
Then are there other questions?
Yeah, there are.
Is the ship still set to land on Atipus? Please.
I'd still like to know a little more about it.
I'd be interested to learn more about those who built this ship.
Yeah.
Their achievements certainly seem erratic in sophistication.
Okay, yeah.
Much of it goes beyond even what we are capable of accomplishing today.
Indeed.
For example, the paralance medium for recording computer data is something we are only now beginning to explore.
I think the more we ask it questions, the more it's going to be coming apart at the seams.
My best recommendation is to examine the library records under Builders or Technology. There is more data than I can easily explain.
Okay.
Then are there other questions?
Is the ship still set to land on Atipus colony?
Yeah, let's see what else.
I would still like to learn more about these people.
That's all for now, Faze. I assume we can talk to you if we have more questions.
I will do my best, Captain. Although intelligent entities often find that there are more questions than answers.
Huh. All right, let's check the library thing real quick. Let's scan this.
Tight lattice carbon forms the basic substrate to this material, industrial-grade diamond.
Huh.
It has evidently been created under some highly unusual conditions to produce micro-thin interlayered sheets to strengthen the medium,
well,
which
what
would
does...
otherwise be impossible even to handle without breaking.
Okay, well, what is...
Captain, let me look at it, please.
Go ahead. Oh, I guess I've got to use Uhura on it. Okay, let's use Uhura on that.
Captain, this appears to be an intact paralens, a nearly unique form of computer data recording media. Quite advanced.
I think there were paralenses in Star Trek 25th Anniversary in one of the levels. I might be completely wrong on that, but that was years and years ago that I played that. I should revisit that on stream too.
The glass shards I noticed in the oratory are probably the broken remnants of others like this. But we should be able to read this.
Okay. Fine. Then let's pick it up and read it.
The crystalline lens feels cool and surprisingly heavy, with smoothly polished edges.
Okay, let's... I bet that's what we put it into. Let's put it in this. Yeah, there we go.
The lens slips easily into the terminal's reading port and the screen activates.
Okay.
Compassion. The name of a Cetic
All right.
class starship.
This is what it told us to look up.
The compassion for the travelers, all of whom were diagnosed with life quality inhibiting disorders of class 3 or higher. After a full generation of debate
It's a whole
on
ship of
ethics,
VTubers. We're all mentally ill,
opinion
chat.
was reached. The so-called Diagi decision. Final planned destination of the Compassion was a return to Shambrum in 4 generations.
That's odd.
Compassion.
All right, what else?
Diagi decision. A
Diagi
landmark
decision.
of planet-wide consensus. The first of such sweeping effect in the history of Shambrum.
Okay.
After the failure of the
I hate going through all this, but you kind of have to if you want to get the better score, which I'm probably not going to get anyway because I tried to use my phaser on stuff that I probably shouldn't have.
Were sent on extended extrasolar transshipment to await research into these conditions and their treatment.
Okay.
Now, just 1 minute, Faze. Are you listening? You
Yeah.
keep saying you can't remember or you lack data or what have you. Even the library data seems vague, incomplete, and contradictory. If you don't know, then who does?
Forgive the pause. I had to think long and hard to discover if you had correctly passed this final test.
Final test?
You correctly identify the heart of the matter. Let me introduce you to my builders.
Oh boy.
This is
madness! Hayes, what is this?
Despite our misgivings, you have shown yourselves to be the representatives of spacefaring peoples we, the Brassica, would most trust to make first contact with.
Hello.
The contest has been in progress for some time.
The contest.
Situations in which your true colors have been explored. The invitation has been made. You may return to your ship if you prefer, or you may step through whenever you are ready. Then, the final round begins.
Final round. Ba-ba-ba-bum.
I think you have it right, Captain Clark. This is madness, Jim.
I think, Bones, it's Shakespeare who had it right. Though this be madness, yet there is a method in it.
I agree with the sentiment, Captain Kirk. There is something more going on here, far deeper than first appearances have suggested. I imagine you will accept the invitation.
Yep.
I will certainly choose to go.
Good.
You or not. I believe the invitation is extended to all.
I will not permit that, Captain Clark. I will take all methods to prevent you. I will not go. It is
Good idea.
certainly a
You two
Federation
stay
trick.
here. You two stay here.
You begin to sound like Tusken in the other room. Get a grip of yourself and act like an officer.
Cue one-winged angel. All right. Let's real quickly.
Nothing to report, Captain.
Okay. Well, I guess we're not going to tell Scotty that we're going through the space hole. Let me real quickly talk to Spock and McCoy.
Captain, this is a unique opportunity. I believe we must take this opportunity.
Yep.
I also believe that Captain Clark's presence will prove an asset. I am less than sanguine about Clark's aide accompanying us, however.
Indeed.
Same to you, Vulcan. What are you going to do about it? Pinch me in the neck?
That's a good point. Let me save real quick, chat. And maybe we will pinch him in the neck.
Startled, the Klingon's eyes glaze even as he glares furiously, struggling to remain conscious.
Captain, I told you they couldn't be trusted.
I'll send you back aboard, rather. But unless the humans betray me, I have to pass through that portal to explore what lies beyond.
Yeah.
Mr. Scott, they disappeared off the sensors.
What do you mean, laddie?
Scotty, this is some good whiskey, Captain. Kirk, are you drinking on duty, Mr. Scott? Yeah.
They've just vanished.
They've vanished. All right, we're on the last episode, chat. Here we go. We're at the end.
Captain's log, stardate 6269.3. The landing party and the Klingon Captain Clark have passed through a portal in time and space. We're about to face tests by the Brassica. Success will mean formal relations. Failure will mean unknown.
Okay.
Welcome. We applaud your willingness to confront the unknown.
I have no idea what this is going to be.
Please tell us what's going on. Where are we?
Patience. I cannot answer all yet. Those elements of our society still ill at ease with your cultures have more questions.
Okay.
We've had enough. No more foolish tests. More tests. Let's just get on with it. I'd like to hear what the others think. We've had enough. I'd like to hear what the others think.
All right, let's...
I will withdraw until you address me again.
All right. Let me save the game real quick. Save again. As I think it was Al Lowe once said, save early, save often.
If I was meeting us, I'd be skittish too.
Okay.
We've gone this far, there's no sense in quitting now.
I am grateful you included me, Captain. Representing the Klingon Empire,
I wish
believe
he'd
we
quit
must not be
screaming
cowed.
every word.
Passivity may be regarded as undesirable to them.
Captain, even though isolated, the Brassica are quite advanced. It's certain their insights will be unusual and enlightening. The logical course is to establish a dialogue.
Gotcha.
The Brassica are
Okay.
calling the tune and expecting us to dance, Captain.
Yes, we know.
It might be undignified, but all of us can make valid, responsible choices and stand by the consequences.
All right, sure.
Captain Kirk, I am here. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Our mandate is to seek out new life, new civilizations. If we must do so on your terms, we will. Explain yourself. We're not rats to run mazes. We deserve to know what you want. We welcome
he's already
contact
said.
with the new race, but you try our patience. No more tests or we'll leave. Now, our mandate is to
All right,
seek
we'll
out
go
new
with that
life,
one.
new-
Listen. We have modified our legends by what we understand of your species.
Okay.
You will be asked a question and may discuss it. Only one person may answer.
Okay.
Begin.
Only one may answer.
I make the first query. It is that question posed to the heroic companions we call the Gerald.
Okay.
Answer this. Who among you may go to the greatest pains in the pursuit of life? You may talk. I will withdraw until you choose to speak with me. Remember, only one of you may reply.
Okay. All right, let's see. What does everyone say?
First, Kirk, I would hear you explain if you should be the one to answer. And why?
I'm sorry, Captain Clark, if I decide to present myself as the one to answer, and I'm considering it. I'll explain to the Brassican then and no sooner. Point taken. Very well. So that everyone has a chance to make their own case, I will explain what I consider to be the sensible choice. I'm sorry.
All right, yeah, we'll go ahead and
so
be...
that everyone has a chance. I'm a ship's captain. 430 lives depend on me,
Okay.
on my every decision. Our mission is, in part, to seek out new life, new civilizations, so it comes down to me.
I don't think so.
Am I any different?
Nope.
Does not my crew live or die on my decisions? I explore space for the Klingon Empire.
Yeah, but he said...
Starship
Okay,
captain
yeah.
stands as representative of the United
But they said
Federation of
pain
Planets.
specifically.
Many races whose goals and visions for the future are pursued together. Who shoulders the greater weight, Captain Clark?
No one has ever accused you of modesty, Kirk.
Wow.
See it as you will. You, surrounded by your fellow humans and officers, or me, the sole representative of my empire.
Okay. Everyone's getting angry.
I may not be Vulcan, but I'm the logical choice. Who goes through more pains in pursuit of life than a doctor?
But I'm focusing on the word pain.
The Brassican's question is not, properly speaking, a riddle. A riddle has a right and a wrong answer. This is more philosophical, with many possible answers.
Then how can we possibly answer correctly, Spock? Or can we?
One answer will seem more satisfactory than all others, Captain.
Okay.
At least we can eliminate you, Spock, from this horse race. I don't see any right answer for you to be the person who would go to the greatest pain in the pursuit of life.
I think it seems obvious.
On the contrary, Doctor.
Because we're talking, you'd think it'd be the doctor, but I'm thinking because pain in pursuit of life, I'm going to talk to Uhura, but I think it's Uhura. Because giving birth, birth pains.
You aren't suggesting, Spock, that you're the right choice.
Plus, I kind of remember that. I played through this redacted years ago, chat. Sounds like a mother. Yeah, Daylin. And I played through this years ago, and I seem to remember that. I remember there was something with her and with Uhura and that type of question. But that's the only one I remember so far.
I believe I may be, Doctor. The Brassicans may agree.
Nope. Let's see what she says.
Gentlemen, I think you may be overlooking a fundamental difference between me and everyone else here. I am the only female. The only one capable of bringing forth new life.
Yep, bingo.
That qualifies me as the one among us who might go to the greatest pains in the pursuit of life.
Yeah, I think so.
Jim, it's evident that each of us believes we're the right choice. I'm reasonably sure I'm the person they have in mind. But I can see everyone can make a case for themselves.
Yep.
As indeed we have, Doctor.
Yes.
I fail to see how further discussion will alter the situation.
No.
Either you must come to some decision, weighing the strength of individual opinions,
Or I get some hints out of our green host.
No, I'm going to,
Alone among the people here, I am female and capable of
Alright, let's try
childbearing.
this.
The nurturing of a new life remains a uniquely female labor. Certainly, I am the one among us who might go to the greatest pains in the pursuit of life.
Let's see if I was right.
Your answer is accepted. However, this is not to say whether this answer is right or wrong.
I hate that. Oh, and now she's gone.
The next question awaits, Captain Kirk. You are nothing like the Jered.
Okay.
Hold a special place in our memories. The second question. Who among you wrestles most intensely with the chaos of life? Talk amongst yourselves. I will answer questions if I can. In the end, only one may reply.
Okay, I'm going to have to ask him questions, but I'm looking at that. Who wrestles most intensely with the chaos of life? I'm leaning towards Spock, but I could be wrong. All right, let's talk to everyone real quick, chat, and then we'll talk to him.
As with the previous question, this is a question of judgment, Captain.
Meaning there's no right or wrong answer.
I suspect that Brassica would disagree with you, Captain.
Yeah.
There is likely a specific answer they expect. I can only speculate.
Yeah.
And?
Each of us can best make his or her own case. As science officer, I believe myself likely. It is the very heart of science to attempt to comprehend the fundamentally chaotic nature of the universe.
I thought it would be because of his dual heritage.
Chaotic? If the universe wasn't ordered, we couldn't make sense of it, Spock.
Yeah.
As you are certainly aware, Doctor, chaos defines the very nature of patterns.
Chaos
However,
and entropy.
This does not mean random.
Well, that may be. On the other hand, I would be the last person to say a Vulcan wrestles with any concept. And don't you raise your eyebrow at me, Spock.
Okay. What does McCoy
Spock's
say?
on the right track, Jim, but he's still wrong. I focus on the chaos of life. Who struggles more than a physician?
Well,
Made
good
some
question.
sense, McCoy. And I've heard you were a humble country doctor. Sounded more like a Vulcan.
Oh, wow.
No need to be insulting.
Gentlemen, we've had enough chaos to deal with. Interesting analysis, Bones. However, I think I might be the one the Brassica have in mind.
And why is that?
Let me explain. I believe I am the appropriate answer to this question because of my position as captain of the Enterprise.
I don't think so, because if it was Kirk,
A captain sailing the emptiness of space. Lives that rely on your every word. I thought that too, Kirk. It is not sufficient.
Yeah.
I disagree, Clar. Without a strong hand at the tiller, shipboard life would dissolve into chaos.
Yeah.
Those demands make me the best answer.
No. All right. I want to talk to him real quick.
We are ready with our answer now. We have questions.
We have questions.
Very well. Ask.
What have you done with Lieutenant Uhura? I demand an explanation. Would you define some of the words you're using to give us a better idea what point you're trying to make? We've answered one question. We're trying to meet you halfway. Will you
Okay.
tell us something about your people now?
If you call what the Spock is cooking, yeah. If you could tell what, can you tell what the
Define some
Spock
of
is
the
cooking?
words you're
Yeah.
using to give us a better idea what point you're trying to make.
All right. Let's see.
Define words.
I am not one who thinks you should have any assistance.
I see.
Others among us are less hostile, Captain. Perhaps a broad hint, something less definite than the words.
Okay.
Define the words. We communicate clearly. Without ambiguity, it would not be a riddle.
So it is a riddle. Wild to see the poll at a three-way tie. Is it right now? Welcome in, Inichi. Welcome in. I hadn't even checked the poll for a while. What's it at right now? Oh wow. Yeah, no one wants Toonstruck. That's kind of surprising. Huh. But welcome in. We're trying to finish Judgment Rites, and I don't know.
Would you at least explain the context of the words?
You are not making a good impression on my associates, Captain Kirk, as I anticipated. What is it you want defined?
Explain your use of chaos in this context. Explain your use of life in this context. Explain the phrase wrestles most intensely. Forget I asked. Let's get on with something else. Explain your use of chaos in this context.
Chaos, Captain Kirk.
Yeah, I know that.
Is the way intellectually sophisticated races understand complex patterns which seem to be random, but are not. The shape of a cloud.
Okay.
Unpredictable and changeable, but nevertheless comprehensible.
Got it, okay.
What else do you want explained?
Explain your use of chaos.
Well, yeah,
Explain your
fine.
use of life in this context.
Although we ask one person to embody the answer, do not imagine a single individual's passage from birth to death as central to this question.
Okay, fine.
That was a big help, wasn't it, Jim? I still think I fit the idea best.
As
a physician, I deal with life on a grand scale, but only one life at a time.
What else do you want explained?
Well, let's
Explain
do the
your
wrestle.
Use of chaos. Explain the phrase
Wrestles
most
intensely. Let's do that one.
How disappointing, Captain.
Oh, no.
I, of course, expected nothing better. This part of the question addresses the dichotomy of life and death, and the eternal struggle between those grand concepts.
Okay.
What else do you want explained?
Explain your use of chaos. That's enough for now.
All right. I'm going to do McCoy. I hope I'm right.
I am a physician. I am the one who cares for life and health of hundreds aboard the Enterprise. The patterns of chaos are the patterns of life and death, and every day of my professional life is focused on balancing those patterns towards sustaining the quality of life. I am the one among us who struggles most intensely with the chaos of life.
I think that's true. I think that's correct.
Your answer is accepted, Dr. McCoy.
Yeah,
However,
okay.
This is not to say whether this answer is right or wrong in our sight.
Gotcha.
You expect me to stand by while my people keep disappearing?
The next question awaits, Captain Kirk.
Bum.
Congratulations, Captain. There are those among us
Okay.
Who doubted you could make it this far. The third question is somewhat different, but our heroes, the gerund, found the answer.
The gerund.
Solve this equation. Pig plus X equals cow. Talk among yourselves. I will answer questions if I can.
Pig plus X equals cow. Pig plus X equals cow? I'm saving before this one, chat. Let me save this again. There. Yeah, replace it, whatever. Alright.
At face value, this question is complete nonsense, Captain.
Mm-hmm.
There is no way to answer chicken plus X equals reality.
What are you saying? The question was pig plus X equals cow.
Huh.
Interesting, Kirk. I heard tlok pok plus X
Hydration break if you got a drink.
Nav.
My
to humans.
mouth is
It would
really
translate
dry.
to plant plus X equal hive paper. What did you hear, Vulcan?
Okay.
Chicken plus X equals reality.
Each question starts with something edible. Pigs and chickens are farm stock, are they not?
Yes.
Many elements of Federation society do not consume animal flesh, Captain Clara. In principle, however, you are correct. But I believe the answer is, there is no logical answer.
Okay. Drive from the yapping, yeah.
I think so, Spock. But I don't like yours either, Clar. Where's the relationship between a cow, hive paper, and reality?
Good thing it's voice acted. Absolutely. Especially since tomorrow we're doing karaoke. Because, man, oh, man. I yapped a little too close to the sun on theme hospital night on Monday and on the Yap Fest on Tuesday. My throat's not as sore today, though, so this would have been torture otherwise on your voice. Yeah, and luckily all the other point and clicks that are listed by the way, in the poll. Every single one of those is voice acted too. Thank God. Although I will be doing, you know, doing them myself at some point again. Like the Monkey Island and whatnot. Okay, where's the relationship between cow, hive paper, and reality?
Difficult, I admit, Kirk. But they must be connected.
Yes, they must.
I'm not impressed, Clar. The Brassica addressed me first. I think we need to answer pig plus X equals cow.
You try my patience, Kirk. There's a pattern and an answer. A tok grows a flower that ka-cha insects visit, and ka-cha make nectar and hive paper. So flower would work.
Huh.
And what does that do for my question? Or Spock's?
Your officer was asked to solve chicken plus X equal reality.
Okay.
The philosophers of Ballade 7 maintain a celestial bird something like a chicken laid an egg from which the universe hatched. The idea of reality began as something egg-shaped, was an early theory of Klingon cosmologist.
Okay, that's interesting.
You're stretching, Clar.
It all fits. The Tlok-Pok flower is egg-shaped. Therefore, I believe egg is correct for all equations. Kirk, in a barter society, might not a cow be worth, say, a pig with a clutch of eggs thrown in?
Possibly.
Clar, I come from a farm on Earth in a state called Iowa. Your solution makes some sense, but so would pig plus crate of apples equal cow. It's something else.
I don't know.
If I may, based on the evidence, I remain convinced there is no answer.
A time will come when we must answer.
I'm willing to let either of you answer.
Okay.
The Brassica will allow only one to answer.
Let me save this again. I'm just getting a vibe that I'm about to screw it up, chat. I'm going to, I'm going to use Clar.
The correct answer solves for X. In all the different questions, the answer is egg.
I bet I screwed up.
Your answer is accepted. However, this is not to say whether this answer is right or wrong.
Okay, well, I hope it's right then.
You plan to make off with everyone? Do you really expect me to keep taking that without protest?
The next question awaits, Captain Kirk.
I am astonished that an alien like you has muddled your way this far. It is a great honor that we share the Riddle Master's questions to the gerund. The last question. Answer this. There are two present. Only one may go. Why should you be the one to leave this
I
place
screwed
alive?
up, chat.
Discuss this. I will answer questions if I can and will.
I screwed up.
You might want to discuss this with me to explore your options.
I screwed up. I'm loading the save game, chat. Well, I will once it lets me. Never mind. All right. I hate using Macintosh commands. All right. There. Now. All right. Now I'll let me load. All right. Load. Open. There's method. All right. We're going to use Spock. We're going to use Spock.
The question I heard was chicken plus X equals reality. This question is nonsensical, as is Captain Kirk's. Therefore, I deduce the answer is that there is no answer.
Your answer is accepted. However,
and the reason I'm saying that is because
this answer is right or wrong.
The reason I'm saying this, chat, is because the next question they asked, they said it was only two of us left and only one. Are you sure you failed? I don't know, Daylin. I just have this feeling because the way it said, because when she was saying with that last question that only one of you may live and one of you may die or whatever she was saying, it felt like that should have been us or the Klingon. I could be wrong. I'm going to save this one again at a different save point, just in case I have to back up even more.
You plan to make off with everyone? Do you really expect...
The next question awaits, Captain Kirk.
Here we go. Let's try it again.
I am astonished that an alien like you has muddled your way this far.
All right, what's the last question?
It is a great honor that we share the Riddle Master's questions to the Gerent. The last question. Answer this. There are two present. Only
one may go.
Why should you be the one to leave this place alive? Discuss this. I will answer questions if I can and will. You might want to discuss this with me to explore your options.
Huh. All right. Let me save this in a different place, chat. We'll save it as yet there's method 2. All right. And let's talk to him.
Intriguing question, Kirk. Two captains representing empires at odds with each other.
Yeah.
The Federation is no empire, Clar, and the Organian Treaty assures we are not at each other's throat.
Indeed.
Be honest. There are many differences between us. I wish to hear your analysis before I offer my own thoughts.
All right, fine.
I'd hoped you thought of something new. I'm having second thoughts, and I want to go over my ideas with you again. I'd hoped you thought of something. I'm having second thoughts, and I want to go over my ideas with you again.
You go or I go, Kirk. Have you a better idea?
Since I represent the peaceful and unified Federation, I'm the only one possible answer. We would share the Brassica knowledge, even with the Klingons, but I doubt the reverse would be true. This is best for everyone. I might surprise you, Clar. I believe the Brassica will come to us in time. The Klingons need the civilizing influence they offer, and you're the best representative. I'll bow out, and you proceed. I don't like the choices. I want another alternative, but I'm not sure there is one. Since I don't like the...
I feel the same, Kirk. I have a thought about how we might deal with the question.
All right, let's have it.
Go ahead, Clar, I'm listening.
They're asking us to choose one to proceed and one to remain.
That's the implication of death for the one who remains.
I concur. They want an answer that either I live and you die, or you live and I die. I say we answer, we both live, or both die.
Good concept. What if they refuse?
We choose it.
Well?
Whether they offer or not.
And if it's not the answer I give?
We shall see, won't we?
Well, first things first, I want to ask them the question. No.
We have questions to ask.
Ask your question.
Okay.
Would you repeat the original question, just as you asked it? Why should you want to prevent one or the other of us from leaving here? Is there anything we might do that would win a hint to the type of answer you're expecting? Perhaps something that would indicate a real choice? Would you repeat the original? Why should you want to prevent one or the other of us from leaving here?
Yeah.
I did not mention anything about preventing individuals from leaving. I simply asked why, given that only one of you may, you should be the one to leave.
Do not be obtuse. The captain's question is legitimate. Captain Kirk, his answer is nevertheless cogent. There is nothing about the question itself which states that someone will be prevented from leaving. However, you are being asked to justify your continued existence, preferentially to your companion's continued existence.
I want to talk with my associates. We'll get back to you. I want to get back to a different... Hypothetical questions are fundamentally empty. However, if you prevent one of us from leaving, then the question is no longer hypothetical. Is the question hypothetical or not? I want to talk with my hypothetical questions.
The question is philosophical, Captain. As for whether it is hypothetical, have you the same number of companions standing beside you now as when we began? That is how hypothetical this question is.
Wow, I don't like that.
We're ready with our answer.
Let the one who would answer be the next one to talk.
I'm probably screwing this up.
Neither I nor Kirk find this acceptable. We are not even willing allies, but I will not abandon one who has come so far by my side.
Yes.
Captain Clark, you have stepped forward to make your choice, and that choice is very simple. I make it simpler by allowing you to respond as follows.
I proceed from this room alone. Captain Kirk may be allowed to proceed from this room alone. We both proceed from this room, or neither of us does.
Huh.
I proceed from this room alone.
Oh my gosh, I'm not sure.
We both proceed from this room, or neither of us does.
I might be screwing this up.
There is no such option offered.
Oh.
What exactly do you mean by choosing in this way? That perhaps you should both die?
No, Brassican, it means we're changing the rules. You want one to remain, perhaps to die, and one to go on? We refuse to play that game. You want to meet with us as much as we wish to meet with you, so take us both through, or let us both remain in this surreal purgatory forever. Take it or leave it.
You have confounded me, Captain Kirk. I did not believe you would make such a choice.
Well?
But I declared all along that this race had the qualities we sought. The understanding of both leadership and
I think we did it right. I think we did it right, chat.
You have achieved all that I, at least, had hoped of you. It is time for us to greet you face to face.
Hey.
Greetings. We look forward to a long and fruitful relationship with both your peoples. Your starships will be welcome here on any peaceful mission.
I am pleased to meet you face to face as well. However, I want my crew back.
Of course, Captain.
You're all right, all of you? You were treated well?
Well, Uhura's got a drink. She's getting liquored up. I'd say they were probably treated well, chat.
We are unharmed, Captain. We engaged in enlightening discussions with the Brassicans. They felt it necessary to isolate themselves so long ago because of interstellar disputes between...
Later, Spock. Right now, I'm glad you're okay.
Indeed, Captain.
Okay.
We are well.
But they couldn't be sure we would pass all their tests. Brassican, how do you explain that?
Some of us could not restrain our desire to learn. It seemed worth the risk, and has proved so.
Okay.
I believe the Federation and the Brassica will have a long and fascinating future together.
Okay, good.
Although my associate, Septhi, has great misgivings about breaking our isolation, others of us have high hopes.
You are star-eyed, if you imagine that no difficulties lie ahead. However, all conditions have been met, and so I also welcome you, Captain Kirk.
Yeah, she seems so friendly.
Thank you. Septhi, is it?
Yes, and our moderator, leader to you, is Zenti.
Zenti, Aha, and Septhi.
Aha!
I hope to show you you've made the right decision.
Oops, I finished my last carbonated water. Let me open up my regular water for another hydration break. If you got a drink, take a drink. Hydrate or dihydrate. Ooh, I see the poll has changed, which I haven't ended yet. Oh, good. Now it's still tied. Okay.
Speaking for the Klingon Empire, I too look forward to the relationship between all peoples. You surprise me, Kirk. Perhaps one day we will even trust you.
I certainly hope so.
We'll just have to see, won't we?
Captains, feel free to look around while we summon your two ships to these coordinates. Captain Kirk, I have something interesting to show you over here. Come with me.
Okay. I need to save, too, once it'll let me. Let me save real quick. We're going to save it to number 3. Let's see what he wants.
Captain Kirk, I have misgivings about the Klingon race. For our mutual protection, here is a paralens disk of data which I want you to have. With this knowledge, you can come to our defense. Will you take it and safeguard our future?
Yes, I'll take the disc. Not without knowing more about it. No, take it up with the Federation ambassador when he gets here. Yes, I'll take the disc. Not without knowing more about it.
Let's see. All right, I'm not sure. I might be screwing up, chat. We'll try a few of these.
We can give you the know-how to build a reader console for the paralens. What else would you want to know?
I want to know what's on the disc.
The Compassion, the generation ship you explored before coming here, was a probe ship that scanned Klingon space.
Okay.
This paralens contains the data.
Ah.
If they cause us harm, you could retaliate deep into their territory.
Gotcha, okay.
How do I know you won't sell us out too? I understand a desire for vengeance, but the Organian Treaty would stop it. Information like this could ignite interstellar war. How do I know you won't sell us out too? Information like this could ignite interstellar war.
Do with it as you see fit, Captain. Will you take it?
Give me the paralens. No, keep it. Give me the paralens.
Yep, I know what I'm going to do, chat. So I think this is a test. I think what I need to do is give it to the Klingon because they're saying they scanned all of Klingon space. So they got all the information. The whole time, that's what the Klingons, for those of you who were here or for those of you who joined or those of you from the raid, if you stuck around, earlier on, the Klingons were super concerned about this big ship that had passed through Klingon space, that it had scanned their territory and gotten all sort of secret information. So now they're offering us, they're saying, hey, guess what? That's exactly what it did. We're giving you the information. So I think I need to give it to the Klingon as a show of goodwill. Let me talk to him real quick.
Captain Kirk, isn't it time you returned to your ship?
Let's do this.
What's this, Kirk? It looks like a paralens. Zente, what do you know about this?
Captain Kirk, is it your intention to turn over that data to Captain Clark?
Yes, in the name of the trust and cooperation, Captain Clark, the data disk belongs in your hands. Not only to show it, Captain Clark, do you have anything to share as a result of seeing this? Yes, in the name of the trust, not only to show it, Captain Clark, do you have anything to share as a result of seeing this?
Let's see. Yeah.
Are you suggesting, Captain, that I might have secretly been handed one of these also? I was told this disc contained a scan of Federation space.
Fancy that. The Brascan Septhi said this disc contained a scan of Klingon space.
Uh-huh.
Playing both sides, Zenti?
Perhaps, Captain Kirk. Or perhaps this is our final test. What if those discs contain scans of your home space, respectively? Or our finest technologies?
Huh.
Give us a reader console to examine the data.
No.
Even if you had a reader console, which of you would be the one to use it? You must decide what to do without the knowledge.
Clark, give me your disc, and I'll give you this one. Clark, let's give both discs back. Clark, smash yours, and then I'll smash this one.
No.
Keep both discs, Clark. I rely on your honor to break them both. Give them both to me, Clark. Trust me to do what is right. Clark,
no,
give me
that's
your
not
disc,
gonna work.
and I'll give you this one. Clark, let's give both discs back. Clark, smash yours, and then I'll smash this one.
Ooh, nah, it's Uhura NSFW, yeah.
Keep both discs, Clark. I rely on your honor to break them both.
Trust brings trust, Kirk.
You have won our respect, Captain.
We did it!
Both of you. Those discs were blank and no scans existed. This was truly the final test.
We got it!
I am greatly reassured about our intersecting futures.
I doubt we have seen the last Brassican test, Zente. Seems to be your nature. The Klingons will do well. Now I think it is time for us to go.
Indeed.
Let me leave you with this. Individuals among us act as individuals, for good and for ill. But overall, the different races of the Federation are joined in a mutual respect that overcomes differences. I think you will be pleased with us.
I think I can already see that, Captain Kirk. Farewell.
Bingo! Yeah! We completed the whole season! We completed the whole season!
Stardate 6270.5. We have succeeded in making formal contact with the Brassica. We look forward to a long and productive relationship with them. So, Lieutenant, you turned down the Brassica's offer to become the Federation official ambassador.
Not in my job description, Captain. And they were probably just testing me.
A formidable
Probably.
accomplishment, Captain. Establishing diplomatic relations with a new and advanced alien race. Improving our relations with the Klingons. Impressive.
Thank you, Mr. Spock.
Well, but the question is, will the Federation admirals think it was impressive?
Everyone's so cheerful today.
Or are they
Even
going to say
Spock's
I did a mediocre job?
This makes me nervous.
Message from Starfleet, Captain.
Yep, here we go.
There's my answer.
Yep.
I reviewed your report from your recent assignment, Captain, and have a few comments. The top brass at Starfleet are impressed with the results of your recent performance.
Okay.
Outstanding work, Jim. Keep up the good work. Kane out.
Okay, I didn't get a perfect mission, but I got close enough.
Another message from Starfleet.
On screen.
I guess.
Jim.
Yep.
We have evaluated your current series of missions, and we are satisfied with your
Satisfied.
performance. You've done some good work lately. Keep it up.
Satisfied. Satisfied is all, chat. So yeah, I didn't do perfect, but oh well, what can you do?
Thank you, Admiral.
I'm not gonna play through it again.
That's all, Jim. Starfleet out.
That's all, folks.
You could have been a little more enthusiastic. We haven't been doing badly.
No.
Starfleet was not built on adequacy, Doctor. They have always had high expectations.
So I didn't get the best ending, chat. Oh well, what can you do?
And so they should. We can always do better, Bob.
Not on my stream.
I think I reached my limits a long time ago, Jim.
None of us have reached it yet, Bones, but somewhere out there, there's a new challenge.
Yeah, I didn't get perfect on everything. Save the universe and it's still not enough. Make new contact and it's still not enough. I think that ending cutscene right there was missing from the DOS CD version. All right, let's let this play through real quick.
Space, the final frontier.
Unless it's taking me back to the opening. It might be taking me back to the opening. If it is, I'm going to be disappointed.
These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
Let's see.
Its mission?
Let's make sure.
To explore strange new worlds.
I mean, beyond this video. And
to discover
whatnot.
new life and new civilizations. To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Yeah! We won the game! 4 streams! Oh. Okay, those credits are moving really badly. It said Director of Quality Assurance, and here it is moving, like like 5 frames per second and stuttering. Oh dear. Special thanks to Chimps and a Macintosh. Yeah. Richard No! Oh, wow! Chat, you didn't see that. It said that Star Trek theme rendition. Easy peasy, thank you, Omegs. That ending credit be breaking. Yes, but it just said that rendition of the Star Trek theme was, well, that audio, that's the old bridge sounds from the original series. That was the background sound on the bridge. If you would have turned down everything else. But no, that rendition of the music, it said, was Richard Band. Okay, Richard Band is a composer. He is the brother of Charles Band. Charles Band is the guy who runs Full Moon Entertainment. So Richard Band has done like soundtracks to things like Puppet Master and whatnot. So that's actually honestly, having Richard Band for that to produce that rendition of the Star Trek theme, that's a pretty damn big draw in my opinion. All right, let's get past this. Khan's little brother? Okay, I didn't see that ever. All right. But yeah, they are breaking, and that audio, yeah. The bridge sound, yeah, it is crazy. Richard Mulligan, that's got to be a different... Oh no, maybe it isn't. Richard Mulligan? That might have been a different Richard Mulligan. Yeah, gosh, even the Mac play is going stuttery. Okay. Okay.
Previously saved game.
No. We're just going to quit. Well, that's it. We did it. We did it, chat. But before we go back into the game room, chat, before we go back into the game room, into the library, before we take off, don't take off yet. Don't leave yet. Don't leave. Don't leave. I want to do something special, okay? I want to do something special. Earlier, I mentioned that opening I thought was from Star Trek. It was originally made or intended to be for Star Trek Secret of Vulcan Fury before it was abandoned. I don't know if this is going to get me bonked, but I am going to pull up the trailer for Secret of Vulcan Fury. Secret of Vulcan Fury. Let's see. Let's get the animatics footage. No, I want the trailer. Okay, there we go. Trailer 1, version 1. So this game was supposed to come out in the late 90s and it got canceled, chat. Y'all want to see it real quick? Here, let's pop it up. Wait. All right, let me get full screen here. Here we go. So this was never released. Everyone was pre-ordering it and it never got released. And I think it looks awesome.
In the 23rd century,
the greatest Star Trek game we never got.
At a time of exploration and discovery, a long-forgotten secret.
Nerd hours with this video, yeah.
World threatens to destroy interstellar peace.
They even had a contest with a cereal box where you could win a copy, and then the person who won it never got the game because it was never released.
And who to fear.
If I get bonked, I get bonked. I mean, by today's standards, it doesn't look so hot, but I mean, just imagine seeing this trailer in 1997 or 96, I guess. Seriously. badass. Fall of 1997. That's a good question, Judd. So here, let me take it back into the library and I'll address it as best I can. And the as best I can, Judd, is I don't know. I know it went over schedule. It was supposed to be out in like 97. Then it got pushed back to 98. Quite a lot went into that. I wonder why it didn't happen. From what I know, Omegs, the last thing I read was it was like 80% complete when the plug was pulled. I know that their time with the Star Trek Interplay was their time with the Star Trek license was running short. They I think they were in some financial trouble at the time too. I don't know if it was just an over schedule or over budget thing or what. In fact, I've read before some people have speculated that they recorded all the original voices because there's a second trailer. There's a second trailer. I'll pop it up real quick, which has a bit better footage. Oh, oops. I'm in the wrong room. Hold on just a moment. Let me take us back to the let me take us back to the other one real quick. 80% complete is brutal. It may have even been more, Omegs. Here, just a sec. We'll go back that way. That was quicker. In fact, one of the DVDs in my collection, Loaded Weapon 1, which William Shatner was in, it has a list of credits for people, and it credits him with being in that game. So he might have already recorded all of the they might have recorded all the voiceovers for all the actors, and it's just sitting in a vault. I don't know. Here, let me go ahead and this is the second teaser trailer, and it still doesn't show that much, but it's still an awesome trailer.
Captain's log, stardate 6422.7. Chief Engineer Montgomery Scott in command.
But, I mean, this just gets me so excited. I want to play it.
Saboteurs posing as a Vulcan computer team have sent the Enterprise careening towards an unknown destination at maximum warp. If the Romulans are behind this, as I suspect, an invasion of some kind may be at hand even as the peace conference convenes on Vulcan. Unfortunately, 2/3 of the crew are on shore leave, making our prospects more daunting.
Yeah. Seriously, I want to... I can't believe they abandoned it when they... Like I said, what I read was around 80%. If that's true... I don't know. It may be, it may not. But regardless, that's the Star Trek game we're never gonna get to play, Secret Vulcan Fury. But tonight we did finish Star Trek Judgment Rites, the Macintosh CD-ROM version, which was still kind of glitchy and buggy and still had issues, but it is probably the best version with the least bugs. I enjoyed that. Let's see, what's the poll at? Let me go ahead and end the poll. End poll. What's the result? Okay, it looks like the Dig is in first place with 33%. Now, I am running a poll also on X, and I am running a poll in the YouTube community page. I am going to compare these results, and we'll see what we're playing next week. So, everyone who came tonight, thank you for coming in. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. But don't go yet. We're going to do a raid. We're going to do a raid. We got enough people watching. Let's do a raid. Let's see who is going right now. Let's see who's going, chat. Let's see who's going. I know Miyu is going, but I hate raiding into Miyu so much. Okay, Choco, we just did. Yumiko, Plumrose Prism, Chiaki Katsumi, Moo, welcome in, welcome in. We were just about to raid out. Perfect timing, almost, but not. I'm sorry. Who we got? If anyone's got a suggestion of someone to raid, I'll take it. We got Chiaki, Is there anyone new? Is there anyone who I have not rated? Yeah, there's so many people. Let me see. Let's see, vtuber. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong keyboard. That kind of sucks. Yeah, I'm sorry, Moo. You missed the ending. And we even just ran the teaser trailer for the Star Trek game that never got released. Wouldn't it be funny if each, let me open and see what that says. I can't see it from there. Wouldn't it be funny if each poll favored a different 1, 3, so they all won? I don't know how I'd handle that, Daylin. All right, let's see. Who else is on? I'd like to raid into someone new. I've raided Eddie Piffle before. I've raided, God, I'm getting weird channels like out of Russia. I'm not even getting the VTuber channels when I search for them. Which kind of sucks. Okay, what do we got? Cyan Aria is on right now. Is that for real? Wait, chat. Is Psy on right now? Is Psy going right now? Okay, we're raiding into Psy. We are going to raid into Cyan Aria. She is a member of Lucid Multimedia. If I could get my thing open. I don't know why that didn't work, but let's see. Psy. There. Yeah. I didn't know she was on. We're raiding into Psy. All right. Never thought I'd be awake to raid into Psy. What time is it? It's 1:52. Psy shouldn't be streaming. She shouldn't be up right now. Should she? I don't know. Yeah, usually she's playing Moo's favorite game of all time, or so it would seem. She's playing Roblox. Alrighty, just a reminder, everyone, tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, I will be doing a karaoke. We will be doing the ultra hype karaoke for life, for love, and for the ladies. And that is such a cursed thumbnail. I should not be using that thumbnail anymore. Maybe we'll retire that thumbnail after this one. So everyone who's come tonight, thank you for stopping by. If you've been oh, I need a raid message. Super Deluxe Back Library Raid. Okay, we're gonna go with that. We're gonna do a super deluxe one because we beat the game. We did the stuff. We won the game. Yeah. Thank you, Moo. Thank you, Omegs. Thank you, Judd. Thank you, everyone. Daylin. Thank you, everyone else who stopped by tonight. Really appreciate it. If you were lurking, thank you. If you were VOD watching, thank you. Tomorrow night, we're doing karaoke. But as for tonight, you don't have to go home. But you can't stay here.